I'm Saweetie, and this is my McDonald's order.
go. You're doing it wrong, man.
What's wrong?
You're doing it wrong. Yeah, good morning in that, though. Something a little here, though. Hold on, I got to turn. Hold on. Hold on. People's Court. Fuck the People's Court. Yeah, good morning in that, though. Alabama, Miami getting ready to kick off here in just a second. Indiana and Iowa already started. Looks like Iowa got a turnover or something. Iowa's up 7-0 already over Indiana. 16 seconds left in this Penn State-Wisconsin game. Wisconsin's got the ball 3rd and 17 on Penn State's 34. Back to throw, going deep. Overthrown, intercepted by Penn State. Game over. Penn State goes on the road and beats Whiskey. Minor upset here. Wisconsin was, I think, a 5.5-point favorite at home. Ranked 12th. Penn State ranked 19th. Nittany Lions get the win 16-10. It's a good win for Penn State, especially considering how they started the season last year. Alabama kicking off now. Miami's going to get the ball first. Let me see if I can adjust some of these scores on the screen for you guys so we can see some scores that actually matter. Hold on. I'm a professional. There you go. Oh, the game on. God dang. Oh, Alabama already scored. I missed the beginning of the Alabama game because I was watching the end of the Oklahoma game. How the hell did Alabama score? God dang it. The Gumps done scored already? Is the U back or no? What is this? Is the U back or not? So can someone tell me? How'd they score? Pass, run, what? Pass or run? What was it? Oh, pass to Mechie. Okay, yeah, well, that figures. So, that figures. Miami with a first down. Miami's gonna get blown out. I'm glad I took Alabama minus 19.5. You guys hit the thumbs up. 200 people in here. 49 thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. It's a big help on a live stream if you guys would hit the thumbs up for me. Doesn't cost you anything. It's free. Iowa just scored again. Iowa up 14-0 over Indiana. Looks like Uncle Lou was right about Indiana. I was wrong about Oklahoma, though. Oklahoma, hot doo-doo. Hot doo-doo. You know what's funny? I uploaded that Oklahoma video at the end of the first quarter when Oklahoma's defense was playing terrible. Go look at the comments on that video. It's 1 million comments on that video from Oklahoma fans when the score was like 40-14, laughing at me. Ha ha ha, you spoke too soon, you're an idiot. One guy called me a pussy. This is why you don't post stuff in the first quarter, you fucking moron. Blah, blah, blah. Well, where are they all at now? Well, their internet don't work now. All of a sudden, their Wi-Fi went out. It's the weirdest thing. You were wrong about Kentucky? Yeah. I was wrong about Kentucky because they managed to score some touchdown passes against Louisiana Monroe. Jesus Christ, son. Yeah, Kentucky's going 11-1 because they beat Louisiana Monroe. Kentucky's the 3rd or 4th best team in the East, period. Depending on what Florida does. Damn. I don't know about running that play on 3rd and 7, Miami. I don't think the U is back. Debo Ray, thank you for the super chat. Didn't I tell you Wisconsin ain't going 12-0? Yeah, you're a football genius. Yep, it's real hard to say that a team isn't going 12-0. Real hard. Everybody's a genius when they get a game right. Miami's going to have to punt on 4th and 7. I'll do my best to catch up on the comments during commercial breaks and stuff like that, but I am going to try to watch these games too. But I'll keep you up to date what's going on the ones that I can. Yeah, Clemson is a C- program. That's just a fact, Jack. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Help me out. Thumbs up, help me out a lot on the live stream. So hit the thumbs up if you hadn't already. Super chat is right below the comment section if you want to support the channel or what I'm trying to do here. That's a good way to do it. There's also a PayPal link for those of you that don't mind doing it that way. The PayPal link is in the description of the video. I'll post it in the comment section too. YouTube steals 50% of your super chat. PayPal does not. So if you don't mind using the PayPal, use the PayPal. I'll check the comments during every commercial break of Alabama and Miami. How about that? 14-0 Iowa up on Indiana. Corrections 101, thank you for the super chat, sir. He says, my Sooners are trash. Well, they're going to have to play a whole lot better when they play Iowa State, or they'll lose to Iowa State with that team I saw today. There's not much other competition in the Big 12. And, I mean, you're going to beat Nebraska. I mean, that's easy. You don't have to worry about that. I could go get 11 of my neighbors and beat Nebraska. And you'll beat most other Big 12 teams in your sleep. But Iowa State, Texas, we'll see how West Virginia looks. I don't know. I'm not sold on them. We'll see how they look today. They just kicked off. West Virginia and Maryland just kicked off. Let me see what the score of that game is. I appreciate everybody tuning in, though. Crimson Brave, Nigel Farage, John Cameron, Andrew Fannin, John Cameron, Andrew Fannin, Moneybag, Jesse Browning, Evan Russell, Juice, Samuel, what the hell? Samuel Defee. Yeah, good morning. Thomas Hill, Goat Viola. What? Manny is trash. Oh, are we turning on Manny already? Justin Knox, Caden Smith, Jack Olson, Jeff Stapleton, TR Sports, Kentucky Man, Mark Man, Hawk Minfield, Neo, Charles Smith. Yeah, that Tulane quarterback played a hell of a game, and he almost got that first down there at the end. I mean, he gave it all he had. That's for damn sure. But he came up about half a yard short, and Oklahoma hangs on to win. Indiana's got the ball down 3rd and 3, just across their own 30-yard line. They trail 14-0 at Iowa. Early in the first quarter, 11 minutes to go. Penix back to throw, fires, caught, big gainer, up across midfield, pushed out of bounds. Big first down for Indiana there. Penn State held on, beat Wisconsin 16-10. I guess that's good news. I don't know. Bama back out on the field, but we got a flag down. Was that delay game, I think? Oh, false start. False start on the Gumps there. False start on the Gumps. That's what that was. False start on the damn Gumps. Oh, well. Alabama's always so undisciplined. That's a joke, by the way. Some of you got mad. 1st and 15 now for Bryce Young in Alabama. Damn, Bryce Young is teeny. Handoff left-hand side, making people miss, running over people. Is this Oklahoma or Miami? These people can't tackle. What about Miami's defense, though? Damn. He ran about 3 or 4 of them over there. That was kind of sad, actually. Second and 2 now for the Gumps. Another run right up the gut this time. Needed 2, picked up about 4. First down, Gumps. Miami's offense doesn't even stand a chance. I don't think Miami's defense stands much of a chance either. I think this is going to be a blowout. I took what did I take? What did I take? Alabama minus 19, I think it was. And I took Cincinnati minus, I think, 22.5. What are they doing? What's going on with this Cincinnati game? How come it hasn't started? Complete. Damn, moving right down the field like Miami ain't even there. This is kind of sad. If you know a Miami fan today, give them a hug. They're going to need it. Nigel says maybe Tulane is just really good. Nigel. No. I don't know. Is Pinecone live streaming? He might be. Pinecone might be live streaming. I don't know. Second and 7 for the Gumps now. Back to throw again. Short to the running back. Hit. Good tackle that time. Popped his helmet off. He's going to have to come out for a play. I got to go check my bowl of peanuts. Now this is how you do it. This is how you do it right there. Now you're gonna make them boiled peanuts. They're so good. They're so good. Alabama didn't score yet. I was gone for 30 seconds. I figured they'd score. Texas and Louisiana about to come on over here. I got Alabama, Miami on here. And I got Iowa and Indiana on over here. I don't know what's going on with this Cincinnati game. How come this Cincinnati game ain't started? Oh, it has started. I don't know why this isn't updating. There you go. 14-0 Cincinnati already. King is overrated. How high was he rated? I didn't think he was rated all that high. Uh-oh. Bryce Young all day. Chunks it deep. Into the bleachers. Incomplete. Lady had a chance to catch it and she dropped it. Guess that's why she's in the bleachers and not kicking extra points for Vandy. Yeah, I'd have rather. They should have put Cincinnati on TV and took Oklahoma off. Oh, they could have done. Third and 13 for the Gumps. Bryce Young back to throw all day again. No pass rush for Miami. Bryce Young chunks it into the end zone. Almost intercepted. Probably should have been intercepted. Not a good decision there by Bryce Young. Is it true that Nick Saban is taller than Bryce Young? Ask him for a friend. Ask him for a friend. Gumps make field goals, so it's 10-0. Anybody really think Louisiana's going to beat Texas? Anybody really think that? Miami locking in on defense now. Huh, okay. Damn, a lot of y'all think Texas is going to lose, huh? I don't see it. I don't see it. I hope that would be hilarious. I hope y'all are right. I hope y'all are right. God, I hope y'all are right. God, that would be so funny. These boiled peanuts are so good. I've been cooking them since about 11 o'clock this morning, too. God, they're good. How can it be a commercial on all three at the second? You know, I think these networks are in cahoots with these commercials. I really do. I think they plan this shit on purpose. They all go to commercial at the same time. It just pissed me off. It really pissed me off. I don't know why I can't sit down to watch a football game. I wish I could. I don't know why I'm so damn antsy. I think there's something wrong with me. I know there's something wrong with me. I just don't know what it is. You the same way, Josh? Yeah, I mean, I get it when I'm watching a Georgia game. You know, I'm hooting and hollering and usually complaining. But what do I care about these games and I still can't keep from pacing back and forth? There really is something wrong with me. Paul Warren said maybe you're dumb and he spelled your wrong. Well, Paul, there's no maybe about it for you, sir. You definitely are dumb. You don't know how to spell your. So, but I'm pretty sure you're a Tennessee fan, so that's par for the course. Bama game in Spanish? No. Or they showed it in Spanish because of Manny Diaz? Handy Manny? Mine's in English. Mine's in English. Real English. Not broken English like Paul Warren Actual real English. Bama kicks off again. Out of the end zone for a touchback. Miami will take over on the 25. Who thinks Miami can get a first down on this drive? Sooner 918 is an idiot. He's comparing Ohio State struggling on the road against Minnesota to Oklahoma struggling at home against Tulane. Keep up the good work, sir. Sooner 918. I had Oklahoma #1 in my preseason poll. Don't tell me to shut up about Oklahoma. Tell Oklahoma to start playing some damn defense, bumpkin. Oregon is struggling. Ohio State is about to beat that ass next weekend. Yeah, I can't see Oregon winning at Ohio State. Plus, Kayvon Thibodeau got hurt. I hope it's not serious. Kayvon Thibodeau is going to be the #1 pick in the draft next year. And somebody rolled up on the back of his leg today. I hope he's going to be all right for that game next week. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, Ohio State didn't look too good either. But they played Minnesota, so that is a little bit better than playing Tulane. I mean, everybody on Tulane's homeless because of that hurricane, and they still almost beat Oklahoma. That is sad. That is sad. Well, Miami didn't get the first down. So, all of you that guessed yes when I asked, you got it wrong. Those of you that said no, congratulations. You were right. If I had to pick one reason why Miami's probably going to lose, one reason and one reason only, it would be because of this.
You big dummy! Alright, sorry. I fixed it. Sorry. Sorry about that. You didn't miss anything. You just missed me ranting and raving about how good these peanuts are. That's it. You didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything, I promise. $350 people in here. 160 thumbs up. That's less than half.
I don't care what you think about me. If you're excited about week 1 of the college football season, hit the thumbs up. How about that? That's fair. That's fair. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like me. If you do, though, subscribe to the channel. I post barely watchable college football videos almost every single day of the year. It's true. And I do a lot of ridiculous live streams like this, too. And I'm a Georgia fan. So I'm used to being made fun of, so I don't care what you say about me in the comment section. You say whatever the hell you want. It's not going to matter to me. If you want to support the channel, hit the super chat or the PayPal. Here we go again. All 3 games on a commercial at the same damn time. I swear they planned this shit out. These networks are in cahoots. I mean, that's the only logical explanation. These networks are in cahoots. These boiled peanuts are too good. Is the U back or no? Can somebody let me know? Because I'm just not sure, to be honest. No. No. Nothing happened. I'm just saying no. Starting the 1980 comments a little early, aren't we, Evan? 1980 was a great year. 1980 was a great year. 2021 a great year, too. Oh my God, Indiana scored a field goal. 14-3 now. Alabama's still up 10-0. Bryce Young running around, takes off, gets the first down, gets out of bounds. Picked up about 12 yards there on 1st and 10. I can't believe that many of y'all think Texas is going to lose today. I mean, I hope Texas loses because it would be hilarious. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't really see it happening. I hope I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. Remember back in 2019 when I picked Georgia to beat South Carolina in Athens? Yeah, I was wrong about that. Play action pass. Bryce Young rolls out. Miami got to him that time. I'm not sure if that was a sack, an incomplete pass, a fumble, or a completion. I really don't know what the hell that was. Whatever it wasn't good for Alabama. That I know. Miami got to him that time. Is Nick Saban really taller than Bryce Young? That's what I heard. Not sure if fact or fiction. 2nd and 10 now. Must have been an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 for the Gumps. Shotgun again. Hell, everything's shotgun now. Miami brings the heat right up the middle. Bryce Young got rid of it. Hit the running back out of the backfield for a gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd and 6 now. Miami's defense looks good on this drive so far. Well, we'll see. It only takes one screw up, though, for Bama to be gone to the house. And it can happen quick. It can happen real quick. Y'all want me to put the Alabama score and all that up on the screen? Hold on a second.
homespun.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna put the score up on the screen for you. Okay then. Hold on. I get it. It's a commercial right now, anyway. So, relax. Calm down. Calm down. Here you go. Hoghead, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Lou, do you think Tempe is better than Bowling Green? Temple? Is Temple better than Bowling Green? It didn't look like it today, sir. Temple was terrible. And DeJuan Mathis is their quarterback, too. I hate to see that. DeJuan Mathis has a good story, so it wouldn't hurt my feelings if he had a good year, but he was absolutely terrible today. He had 3 turnovers after, and I quit paying attention. I don't even know. He might have had more. But he had 3 turnovers at one point in the game. He didn't play good at all. I think it was at halftime he had 3 turnovers, and he was 4 of 14. So it just looks like for whatever reason he doesn't have it to be a college quarterback. And that's sad because he had a good story. He did have a good story. Yeah, Oklahoma pulled it out 40-35. Tulane had the ball with a minute to go, and it was 4th and 13, and the quarterback took off running, and he almost got the first down. He came up about half a yard short, and so that was it. Turnover on downs. Oklahoma came out and took a knee, and it was game over. But Tulane gave them everything they wanted. No doubt about it. Nebraska's up 31-7. What is this now? No, they won 52. Nebraska is back. Write that down. Nebraska is back now. Nebraska's back. They beat something called Fordham, so they're back now. The Nebraska fans can come out of hiding now. I doubt they will, but if they want to, they can. Yeah, Oregon doesn't look good either. Oregon don't look good at all. Is that Ed Reed? Look at that whole head now. Ed Reed, program ambassador. Is that what his name is? What is his title? What a joke. Program ambassador. Miami just makes shit up. I don't know. Iowa still up 14-3 over Indiana. Cincinnati up 21-0. Start of the second quarter. They're fixing to destroy Miami of Ohio. The games I bet on for the afternoon time slot, I took Alabama minus, I think it was 19.5 or 19. And I took Cincinnati minus 22.5. Those are the two games I bet at 3:30. Is that Steph Curry's twin that got ejected? I don't. I'm gonna say no. But hell, I don't know. It's 2021. Anything's possible. Nikki G, thank you for the super chat. Says, hey, little nearly to the stadium. Look for my sign. It says mayonnaise. A lot of dogs here. I see what you did because it's the Dukes Classic. Mayonnaise, a lot of dogs here. Dukes is the only mayonnaise. If you're eating mayonnaise other than Dukes, I can't respect you as a human being. I wish I could try these peanuts. These peanuts are amazing. Oregon tied with Fresno State at 21. Cincinnati up 21-0. Miami over Ohio. 14-3 Iowa over Indiana. Texas and Louisiana getting ready to start here in a little bit. Alabama up 10-0 over Miami. Good throw by Iowa there. First down out of bounds. 1st and 10 now for the Gumps, just inside the Miami 20. Looks like they're on the 18. In the red zone. Looking to increase their lead here. Second quarter just started. Quick throw out to the flat. Caught by the receiver. Makes first man miss. Jukes his own self. Then falls backwards for another couple of yards. Picks up about 8 or 9. Second and short now for the Gump. Second and short for the Gumps. Back to throw. To the end zone. Touchdown. 17-0. Damn. Damn. See, Miami's the best of the bad teams in the ACC. But that's so far away from the good teams, it's not even funny. Poor Coach Coop made that rap video and got famous, and now Miami's getting blowed out. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. I mean, that's the thing. There's certain fan bases. There's a handful of fan bases whose expectations are so far removed from reality, it's hard to imagine how they got there. Tennessee, Miami, that's really it. Tennessee and Miami. Those two fan bases' expectations are so far away from what reality actually is. It's hard to understand. GF Sports says, hey Lou, looking forward to hanging out with you tonight when we beat Clemson. Yeah, that's going to be, I'm saving some of my energy. I have to save some of my energy for this Georgia game tonight, but that's going to be a hell of a stream tonight. Don't forget, if you're a member of the Patreon page, I'm streaming the Georgia-Clemson game tonight on Patreon at 7:30. The link is in the description of this video if you want to join up on the Patreon page and hang out with us tonight for the Georgia-Clemson game. UCLA and LSU tonight too, so we'll be streaming all the primetime games tonight on the Patreon page. That's a good way to support the channel too. Texas too, Uncle Lou. Well, Texas isn't nearly as bad as Tennessee or Miami, to be honest. I mean, Texas has at least made and won a New Year's Six Bowl. They win 8-9 games most years. Tennessee can't make a bowl game. Miami hasn't won its conference ever. South Carolina still has more ACC titles than Miami. Miami has one bowl win in the last 16 years. They're just horrible. Dog, Georgia could start out 0-11. They're still beating Georgia Tech at the end of the year, so. But I understand why you have to root for other teams when they play Georgia. It's because your own team can't get the job done. Derek King takes off running, gonna get the first down and then scamper out of bounds. That's about the best play Miami's had all day right there. A broken play where Derek King had to scramble and run for his life. LW says, "Whoa, Tide." Yeah, whoa, Tide, woo. Maybe we'll get Luther on the "Your Season Is Over" video tomorrow to laugh at Miami. Where is Luther? There he is. Whoa, Tide, woo. We'll see if we can get Luther to show up tomorrow. Is that a turnover? Look at this. Biggest play of the day for Miami. They follow it up with a turnover. Sad. I think they forgot to block that guy, too. Oh, no. Didn't forget. Just didn't have the ability. Good Lord. Derek King got folded up like a beach chair. Look at him. Legs went one way. Torso went the other. How you fold over? How you get hit and fall over all like this here? I can't even do it. My legs don't work. But how do you put your legs? I can't do it. I can't even do it. All right, Bama takes over on the Miami 33-yard line, 1st and 10, 13:49 to go in the second. Hitch pass, caught. Picks up 3 or 4 yards. Second about 6, I guess. Miami might lose 50-0. Facts. Caleb Hester, thank you for the super chat, sir. Says, what's your final score prediction of UGA versus Tater? Well, I made the hype and hate video yesterday. At the very end of the video, I put my score prediction up on the screen. FSU versus Notre Dame. I don't do score predictions except for the Georgia game. I just think Notre Dame's going to win and cover the spread. I don't know what the score will be. This is the same defense that gave up 750 yards to North Carolina, by the way. No, this isn't the same one. That was last year's Miami defense, not this one. But I see what you're saying. Third and 6. Bama on the Miami 29. 12:32 to go in the second quarter. Bryce Young in the shotgun. Waiting. Changes the play now. Snap, back to throw. Throws it off to the flat. Miami was ready for that. They lost about 111 yards on that play. I don't know what they were thinking there. Actually, I'm not even sure they were thinking. Not sure why you changed the play to that play, but apparently Miami knew that was coming. That didn't fool anybody. That didn't even fool me, and I'm half retarded. Field goal time for the Gump. Will Reichert, is that his name, Jr.? Already made one today, 38 yards. Looking to increase the lead here. Snap, hold, kick. Did it curl in there? Ooh, that was close. It looked like it was going to be no good, but it curled in at the last minute. The Gumps take a 20-0 lead over the Tropical Depressions with 11:33 to go in the second quarter of this one. Blowout on deck. Blowout on deck. Iowa up 20-3 over Indiana. Where's all my Big Ten people at that said Indiana was going 22-0? Where are they? There's a lot of people in the comments section who say Texas is losing to Louisiana today. It would be hilarious, and God knows I hope it happens. But I'm taking Texas to win that one. It would be hilarious, though. Wouldn't it be hilarious? Oklahoma almost lost to Tulane. If Texas loses to Louisiana, well, that might be. Texas and Oklahoma might be the two worst teams in the SEC. Do y'all think Texas and Oklahoma are the two worst teams in the SEC? They might be. Texas and Oklahoma might be the two worst teams in the SEC. I know what you're thinking. How's that possible? Well, anything's possible. That's the thing. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. But they might be the two worst teams in the SEC. Facts. Facts. That's a fact, Jack. All right, I got to go get something to drink. It's a commercial of the blowout game, so. Iowa just made the extra point, so it's 21-3 now. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Type 1, if I should drink a Coke. Type 2, if I should drink a cherry Coke. Type 3, if I should drink a root beer. Type 4, if I should drink a cheer wine. 1, 2, 3, or 4. 1 Coke, 2 cherry Coke, 3 root beer, 4 cheer wine. Yeah, let Uncle Lou know. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 4, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 3, 4, 4, 2, 4, 4, 4. Looks like the 4s win. Uncle Lou will be right back. Boy, these old school cheer wines in the glass bottle. Am I right? There might be some of the young bucks don't even know what cheer wine is. Y'all are, these young people today, I swear. Imagine not even knowing what cheer wine is. Imagine. There's lots of people that are in that boat. They don't have a clue what cheer wine is. Okay, the Texas-Louisiana game has started now. 14 and a half minutes to go in the first quarter. Louisiana's got the ball, 2nd and 4. Up close to the first down. We're going to be a little short. 3rd and short coming up for Louisiana here. Cheers to your cheer wine. Hey, I hope all your teams win today unless you're a Tater. Unfortunately, if you're a Clemson fan, you have to lose today. But don't worry, you're in the ACC. It's an absolute disaster of a league. Shout out to North Carolina and Miami, though. So don't worry if you're a Tater. You'll go 11-1. You'll lose today, and then you'll win the next 11 games. It's no big deal.
Tater Man, does whatever the tater can. Runs down the hill, rubs his rock. The ukulele can suck my. Watch out, here comes the Tater Man.
Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, thank you for the super chat. He says this Alabama offense looks vanilla. What do you want to be up 40 with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter? Come on. Louisiana had to punt on their first possession. Texas with the return now. It looks like this one's coming back. Texas, man, gone down the sideline, but this one's coming back. There's like 19 penalty flags. There might be 8 different penalties on this play. And they might all be against Texas, too. Short horn. They might all be against Texas. Now, I have a legitimate question. Why is that not illegal hands to the face at the very least? You can't punch the quarterback in the head. That should have been a penalty. That should have been a penalty on the gump man. Nigel, you got to get 3 TVs, bro. At least. You got to have 3 TVs to watch college football. There's too many games on at the same time. You got to have at least 3 TVs. That's the only way to go these days. TVs are cheap, man. TVs are cheap nowadays. Miami's got, every time I turn around, Miami's punting or turning the ball over. Have they got a first down? I'm not even kidding. I got to look these stats up. Let's look these stats up for the Hurricanes. They can't be good. In fact, they're probably hilarious. Let's see here. This is going to be sad, I already know. Maryland's up 17-14 over West Virginia. Cincinnati 21-0 over Miami of Ohio. Iowa 21-3. Let's see the stats for Miami. Here we go. Miami. Now, De'Aaron King's 5 of 5. De'Aaron King's completing 100% of his passes for 20 yards. Rushing, Miami's got 23 yards rushing, and 13 of those are from De'Aaron King. Miami's running backs have 10 yards rushing. Not good. Not good. The U is back. Northwestern is playing Nebraska in Ireland next year. Yeah, there was supposed to be a game in Ireland this year and last year, a Big Ten game, and they both got canceled because of the Rona and that. Commercial on the Alabama game. Texas with the ball now. After that Louisiana punt. Texas 3rd and 11 from its own 12-yard line after all those penalties. Going deep down the left-hand side. Overthrew his wide receiver. It's a good idea. Receiver had about a half a step on the defender. Pretty good coverage. He had about half a step. And quarterback just put it a little bit too far out in front of him. It's pretty good coverage, though. It's pretty good coverage there. Turned his head around. See, that's how you don't get called for pass interference, by turning your head around. If you're a Georgia fan, then you know that's something Tyson Campbell never learned, ever. And if you've been watching the NFL preseason, he still hasn't learned it. That joker ain't turned his head around not one time. That's why he's got 11 pass interference calls. Texas punted it away. 1st and 10 for Louisiana now. We'll see what they can do. Spoiler alert. Might not be much. Might not be much. Hit the thumbs up if you hadn't already. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. It's Uncle Lou here. Yeah, that's right. It's me, Uncle Lou. I post pointless, barely watchable college football videos almost every single day of the year. Some of them end up being watchable. Some of them don't. And then I do live streams. I do way too many live streams. It's just the number of live streams I do is ridiculous. Here. That's my live show schedule there. Is that right? No, that's not even right. Well, the morning show is right. The first one. The call-in show is right. Lunch Money is not on Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon, though. Lunch Money is on Monday night at 10. We changed that. So, this is my first one of these game streams of the year, so I haven't updated it because I'm lazy. Bryce Young back to throw on 1st down. Just another vanilla 12-yard out route. First down Gumps. Hey, Mark, man, thank you. I appreciate that. I make a lot of jokes about myself, but I do put a lot of work and effort into this channel. So, I appreciate those kind words, sir. Well, Indiana is doo-doo, man. 21-3. Indiana has like 18 starters back. Went 6-2 last year. I thought they were supposed to be world beaters. First and 10 for Alabama. Vanilla run to the right, gains 12 yards. Another first down. So 2 plays, 2 first downs. That's at least got some sprinkles on top. At least. You have to admit that. It's at least got some sprinkles on top. Sergeant AR-10, good to see you in here, sir. Thank you for the super chat. He says, go Dogs. I agree. I couldn't agree more. Alabama with another vanilla handoff to the right. Picks up only 3 yards this time. That might have been chocolate play calling or strawberry. What's up, Tennille? Jacob Massey, Lenny to Gump Summers is here. Daniel Hallman, Big Daddy Dog, Wilkie Grundy, JG, Brad Pitt, Conscious Mind, Notre Dame, Lenny to Gump, Tennille, Jedi XX, BZO, Colorado Buckeye, Crimson Relic, JJ, Pizza Woman, Matthew Hubbard, Bluegrass Sports Media, Adam, Greg, Jacob Massey, Conscious Mind, Rain, Charles Smith, Ben 10 is here. Eli Georgia Bulldogs, Riley Cohn, Chiquita, Tiger Fanatic, AC Burson, Corey Naylor, Cody 23, Bama Mike, let's go! Bama Mike, let's go! Uncle Lou took Alabama minus 19.5. Let's go, Bama Mike. Where are we making our money at today? Bama Mike's my gambling buddy. Now, Bama Mike, for these afternoon games, I took Bama minus 19.5, and I took Cincinnati minus 22.5. And Cincinnati is currently dominating something called Miami of Ohio, 28-0. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, 28-0 in the second quarter, though. So they're well on the way to covering. It looks like Uncle Lou will be going 2-0 today, unless the Gumps really take their foot off the gas in the second half and let the Hurricanes back in this game, which I don't see happening. I just don't see it happening. Caleb Hester, good morning. He's thank you for the super chat, sir. He says, hey, Lou, I just updated my Patreon status to the $20 tier. Love your content, brother. UGA gonna win tonight. This FSU loves to see Taters lose. Well, my fingers are crossed. I think Georgia can pull it off. I'm hoping for a good game. We'll see. Waikiki, thank you for the super chat. If you like Lou's YouTube, subscribe to his premium Snapchat. No, Wilkie, what are you doing? What are you doing? No, not Snapchat. OnlyFans. Parker, thank you for the super chat. He said, what do you think of Wisconsin throwing 2 INT at the end? Wisconsin lost that game in the first quarter. They got down inside the Penn State 10-yard line, not once but twice, and came away with 0 points. None. Not a single damn point. You can't drive, you can't get inside the 10-yard line against a good team like Penn State twice or even once. Come away with no points and expect to win that game. So that game really was lost early on. Caleb Daniels, thank you for the super chat. Where's that A at on the Bama helmet? You know, ever since our buddy Bobby Wagner said that, I've been studying this thing nonstop, and I cannot find the A anywhere. I don't know if I have the wrong helmet, or if Bobby Wagner just doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. But I have a pretty good idea which one of those two things is accurate. The Gumpmans have scored again. This thing is just ridiculous. Let me say something to any Miami fans that are in here, though. Miami can go 10-2. Hell, they could go 11-1. There's a huge gap between Clemson and everyone else in the ACC. That's just a fact right now. Miami could still go 10-2. Look at their schedule. The ACC is filled with a bunch of 6-win doo-doo. I mean, the ACC basically is a 6-win doo-doo conference. That's basically what it is. And then there's Clemson. So look at Miami's schedule. They could still go 10-2. You know, so there's a lot of teams that Alabama's going to beat by 30, 40 points or whatever. A lot. So I you know, now unless Miami just gets discouraged. I mean, hell, look at last year. Miami was a good team last year. You know, they lost to Clemson by 28. There's a big gap between the top 4, 5, 6 teams, whatever you want to say, and the rest of football. Tiny Tanto. Good to see you. He says, good luck to your dogs tonight, Lou, and go Gators. Thank you, sir. I think I'm going to play the Gators tonight, too. The Gators are 23.5-point favorites. I think they can win by 40, to be honest. LW said another vanilla touchdown. Thank you, sir. Bezo Ill God says, someone tell Miami the season started. Well, tomorrow morning, I'm going to tell them the season is over. That much I can guarantee you. Don't miss tomorrow, Sunday, right here on LouTube. This season's highly anticipated debut of Uncle Lou's Sunday video that I do every Sunday during the college football season. The weekly Your Season is Over video makes its 2021 premiere tomorrow afternoon. You don't want to miss it. Trust me, I'm not lying. You really don't want to miss it. Ask anybody in the comments section who's been around. You don't want to miss the Your Season is Over videos. They're great. It doesn't really mean your season is over. It's just an analogy. Instead of making a video where I talk about all the teams that won on Saturday, I make a video and laugh at the teams that lost, including my Georgia Bulldogs when they do lose. Every time Georgia loses, I put them on the Your Season is Over list. That's just the way it goes. There's no bias here. I'm a college football fan. Just so happens Georgia's my favorite team. Nathan C., thank you for the super chat. He says, good morning. Would you agree this week has been better than the entire 2020 season? Also, what did you think of the BSU-UCF game? Great question. I laid down to go to sleep. I did not want to stay up to watch the end of that game. You know, it started real late because of that lightning delay. But it was such a good game at the end, I couldn't go to sleep. I stayed up and watched it. Central Florida with a great comeback there. They were down 14 or 21 points in the second half, came back and pulled it off. So good. Look, that's a good win for Gus Malzahn in Central Florida. Boise State's a pretty good team. So I thought that was a pretty good one. I think both those teams are pretty good. That was a great game. A great game. Now, do I think what'd you say? This week has been better than the entire 2020 season. I don't know if I would go that far. You know, the thing about the 2020 season is, I'm not going to lie, there was a 2 or 3 month period from around April to June or July where I didn't think we were going to have any football at all. So even though the season was dumb in a lot of ways, no non-con games, no fans, shortened seasons, all that kind of stuff, I went from thinking we weren't going to have any football at all to at least getting to watch Georgia play 10 regular season games. Well, 9 because one of them got canceled for COVID. But so it was I'll take what I can get kind of thing. So I don't know if I would say that 1 week is better than all of last year, but I definitely understand what you're saying. Patrick Newberry, thank you for the super chat. Great to be a part of the stream. Just joined your Patreon, ready to watch the dogs win later. Hey, Patrick, thank you for joining the Patreon, man. I appreciate that. For those of you that might be new to the channel, I do this full time. I don't, you know, this is my job. YouTube is my job, and it's extremely hard to make a college football channel work as a job on YouTube when the season is only 3 months long. And I say this all the time. Without the Patreon page, I would not be able to do this full time. So I really appreciate you signing up over there. We're going to have a great time on that stream tonight. That I can guarantee you. And we do all kinds of stuff over there too. I give away shirts and hats and we do all kinds of stuff over there. So I appreciate you signing up over there. That really means a lot to me. So thank you, sir. And thank you to all of you watching who are members over on that Patreon page. De'Aaron King sacked on 2nd and 14. Man. Look at that. Manny Diaz looks miserable. Do 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 do. Handy Manny. Dun, 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 dun. Handy Manny. Don't kill me. I'm just a vibe. Says Dabo better than Kirby. Ricked. Hopefully the game live up to the hype. I don't know what you mean by Kirby Ricked unless you mean two coaches that both accomplished more in their first 5 years as a head coach than Dabo Swinney is. If that's what you mean by Kirby Ricked, then I would agree with you. I would also agree with you right now that Dabo Swinney's a better coach than Kirby, but the Kirby Ricked thing is a little bit... you have to have next to no knowledge of college football at all to really think that Kirby and Ricked are the same. And for all I know, you do have little to no knowledge of college football. I mean, you are a Tater fan. So, you just started watching football 5 years ago when they got good. So, I'll do thoughts for you, though. Thank you for the super chat, though. And I'm not going to kill you, whether you're just a vibe or not. Tell you what, you look up at this TV, Miami's either punting, turning the ball over, or Alabama is scoring. Those are the only three things that are happening in this game. Either A, you look up Alabama scoring, B, you look up Miami is punting, number C, you look up and the other thing I said. Yep. Bubba. Bubba, that's the funniest comment I've seen today on any video. I wish there was a way I could highlight that. Can I? Can I pin that? Pin message. Yes, pin that. Pin that. Bubba says Miami's punter is tired. Bubba, you're winning so far, buddy. That was a good one. What is Manny yelling about? Dude, instead of yelling at the referees, yell at your team. They can't get a first down, bro. Yelling at the referee. Hey, this is you know the Miami fan. Please, Miami fan. Are they gonna blame? How are you blaming a 27-point deficit in the second quarter on the refs? It's not the refs' fault you're losing 27-0, bro. I bet that's what the Miami fans are saying too. Louisiana has an offensive lineman for a kicker. I hadn't noticed that. Louisiana is up on the Shorthorn. Horns down. Louisiana is up on the Shorthorn. 3-0. 3-0. Still 21-3. Iowa over Indiana. I'll give you some other updates here. 28-0. Cincinnati up over Miami of Ohio. Hold on. I need to refresh this. Hold on. All right, these are the current scores. 24-21. Fresno State up on Oregon. 35. Look, Cincinnati is destroying these hoes. 35-0. My God. That's a damn shame is what that is. Jesus Christ. That's ridiculous. Jesus Christ, home slice. Thank you for the super chat. He says Miami gets one first down, then gets sacked for 8 yards. It's a microcosm of Miami's season every season. It's a microcosm of their last 16 years. I mean, since joining the ACC, they're not even a relevant program. Never mind top 5 or top 10. They're just not even relevant in the last 16 years. Indiana might be hot doo-doo confirmed. Now, I know we like to make fun of Texas. I do like this running back they have, Bijan Robinson. Now, he hasn't done nothing today yet, but I do like him. Texas quarterback takes off running, goes down right around the 20-yard line. So Texas is in the red zone here with 3:54 to go in the first quarter. They trail Louisiana by 3. By 3. Indiana was propped up by 2020. Never thought they were that good as a Nebraska fan. Yeah, I didn't get the hype either. I did an Indiana prediction video the other day, and I think I had them at either 7-5 or 8-4. I wasn't buying into the whole 10-11 win deal. They did have a bunch of players coming back. I mean, that's 17, 18 players coming back. They were 6-2 last year. And did you know last year was the first time in school history that Indiana had beat Penn State, Michigan, and Michigan State all in the same season? First time in school history they did that. So I guess I kind of understand why some people were hyped up on the Indiana thing. I just didn't really completely buy into it. How do you think Ohio State going to do next week versus Oregon? Oregon's not looking good today. Now, Ohio State didn't look great either, but Ohio State played a much better team. Oregon's playing Fresno State and losing 24-21. Ohio State played a pretty good Minnesota team and a very well-coached Minnesota team on the road and still covered the spread. Ohio State was a 13.5-point favorite and they won by 14. Touchdown Shorthorn. Texas just scored on a little swing pass out in the flat to the running back. I think that was Bijan Robinson. And they're going to take a 6-3 lead with the extra point pending. Yeah, that was Bijan Robinson. He was wide open. He didn't have to do anything on that play but catch the ball. There was nobody between him and the end zone. The busted cover. Somebody just forgot to pick him up. I mean, he could have walked into the end zone. I don't know how many of y'all are watching that game, but he could have walked in. I don't understand why Oklahoma's always ranked high. They're always ranked high because they never lose more than 1 or 2 games in a season, and they finish in the top 5 every single year since the playoffs started. So that's why. The same reason Clemson, Alabama, Ohio State, and Georgia are ranked high to start every year. They recruit in the top 5 or 10 every single year. They finish in the top 5 or 10 every single year. So they start out the next season in the top 5 or 10 every single year. That's not really that hard to understand. That might have been a little bit silly of a question there. Duke played Bama closer than Miami. Well, you're comparing different years. I mean, that does matter. I'm not saying that means Miami's some kind of a great team, but it doesn't really mean anything to say that Duke did whatever they did against Alabama 3 years ago. That doesn't mean anything about Miami this year, I don't think. Where's the turnover chain? They ain't even took that thing out of the suitcase. Hell, they might well left that thing in Coral Gables. They didn't need to bring that thing here. At least not yet. Iowa with another big play up near midfield, past midfield now. God dang, they couldn't tackle that joker. Dragging people. Buckeyes got started midway through the third quarter. C.J. Stroud hadn't been tackled in over 2 years and had never thrown a pass in college. He was inconsistent but flashed. Give him time. Well, you don't have time. You play Oregon this week. You're out of time. He has to be ready to play now. I think Iowa fumbled the ball. Indiana says they have it. It's one of those big piles of people I can't see, I can't tell or see. Gonna have to wait for the referees to drag the bodies away. Yeah, Indiana ball. 1:50 to go till halftime. Indiana, there's a big play here for Indiana. They haven't had, nothing's gone their way so far in the first half. They trail 21-3. We'll see if they can do anything with this turnover here before halftime. Jedi Double X, thank you, sir. He says Miami's defense is Alabama's best player. Dang, man, y'all are brutal. Y'all are brutal with these one-liners. Y'all are brutal. Brutal. What are they doing? What are they reviewing here? Why do reviews take an hour? I don't get. Why can I watch a review on TV and know what happened immediately, but it takes 75 professional referees 45 minutes to come to the same damn conclusion? And then they turn around and review the review. And that shit makes little to no sense. Cheerwine is going flat. Now that's fake news. It's not going flat at all. I mean, I opened it 10 minutes ago, sir. I'm a cheerwine expert, not you. Don't talk to me about my cheerwine. I'd rather you talked about one of my kids than talk about my cheerwine. JP McGrath, thank you for the super chat. He says, JT Daniels poised for a big year in this shaky QB class. Huge fan of him. I hope so. I hope so, because most Georgia fans, myself included, have felt like we've been a quarterback away a couple of times over the last few years. So I'm hoping they can put all the pieces together this year and try to put something together. We'll see. Bryce Young fires, caught. Going to pick up 5 or 6 there before he's wrestled out of bounds. Second down now for the Gunks with 3:20 left in the second quarter. The Sacred Grove says, hashtag Team Asshole. Team Asshole is undefeated. Team Asshole is undefeated. You say whatever you want about Georgia or whoever else, whatever trash talking you want to do, you can say whatever you want. But Team Asshole is undefeated, and that's not likely to change, well, ever. So, oh, the dude is here. El Duderino. Good morning, sir. The dude. The dude abides. And I appreciate you coming by the stream, El Duderino. His dudeness is here. Thank you. Good to see you, and thank you for the super chat, too. And also, in addition to that as well, plus whatever else. All I do is state facts. That's it. Oh, take his scholarship away, coach. You hit him right in the bread basket. Hit him right in the bread basket, and he dropped it. A damn gump made a mistake. Now, that's unbelievable there. That's unbelievable there. Why does Lou have a Packers logo on his wall? So that you'll ask stupid, ridiculous questions. That's why. Bryce Young back to throw. Overthrew his man on that one. He had pressure, hands in his face on that one. He was pressured that time. Miami got to him a little. Rare fourth down for the Gump. You don't see too many of those. You don't see too many of those at all. Louisiana has the ball down their own 20-yard line. 1st and 15. They trail 7-3. Shorthorns on top in this one. Short gain on first down, be 2nd and 8. The dude says, I wouldn't miss it. Just got off work. I hit 80 hours this week. Gig 'em. I hope y'all tear up Clemson. 80 hours. God bless you. You're a hard-working man. Now, I work about 80 hours a week during the football season, but I'm not going to pretend. It's not like I'm digging ditches. I'm sitting in here yelling into my phone most of the time. Like, I consider this working, so I'm just lucky. That's all. All right, Miami takes over on its own 20, 1st and 10, 1:57 to go. Caught. Oh, my God. Did Miami get a first down? No. Scott must be short. I don't know if they've got a first down. Well, I think Derek King might have ran for one first down. I think Derek King might have ran for one. can't be sure though. Damn, Iowa's up 28-3 now. And they just intercepted Indiana, so they're gonna get the ball back. Minute 12 to go till halftime. A minute to go in the first quarter, Texas, Louisiana, and a minute 44 to go till halftime. Gumps in Miami. De'Aaron King throws, caught right at the first down line. Looks like he might be a little bit short. Or are they gonna give it to him? No, he looks like he's a little bit short. Handoff right up the middle. I don't know if he got it or not. I don't know that he got it. Miami's got 3 timeouts. I don't know why they're not using them. 3rd and 1. Taking way too much time. Pitch. You're going to get the first down. You got to read your block, bro. You got to cut that inside. The man was being blocked to the outside. You got to cut that inside. Bearded Dog says Ohio State's the most overrated ranked team, and it's not even close. This team would beg to differ, sir. Ohio State beat a Power 5 team, Minnesota, on the road by 14. The spread was only 13.5. Ohio State outperformed expectations. Oklahoma, on the other hand, was a 31-point favorite over Tulane at home and barely won by 5 points. Oklahoma right now, the most overrated top 5 team. Here's another overrated. This team was ranked 10th in the AP. My dumb ass had them ranked 7th. Not anymore. They're going to be on the your season is over list. That I can promise you. But no, Ohio State is not the most overrated ranked team. That's fake news. Hell, Miami's ranked 14th and it's 27-0 at halftime. Miami's more overranked than Ohio State is. See, you might just hate Ohio State. I mean, I hate Ohio State too, but there's no way Ohio State is the most overrated ranked team. There's no way. Hey, thank you, BZO. Adam says Iowa is the 2nd best team in the country. No, Adam. De'Aaron King running around like a chicken with his head cut off, chunks it out of bounds, going to be 2nd and 15 with 30 seconds left till half. Ben 10 says, if anything, Georgia is also. Georgia's the most overrated team. Let's see, Georgia's ranked 5th. They've made 1, 2, 3, 4 New Year's 6 or playoffs in a row. They have finished in the top 10 4 years in a row. But they're the most overrated team in America. If I was you, I would punch myself in the face. That's what I would do if I was you. I would do less typing idiotic comments, more punching self in face. Bearded Dog says, don't read my last comment. Okay, I won't. I mean, Georgia might be overrated. They're 5th. Maybe they finished 7th or 8th, in which case they would have been 2 or 3 spots overrated. There's going to be a whole lot of teams that finish way lower than 2 or 3 spots below where they're ranked now when the season is over. So I don't know if you people don't know how it works or what. I'm honestly not sure. It's hard for me to climb inside the mind of the feeble. It's almost impossible. Do a whip it with you? No, I don't do that. I can chug a root beer. with you if you want. Oh, I see Oregon and Fresno State. I see it. I got the scores pulled up. You want to see it too? Here, I'll show you. And just so you know, I read as many of the regular comments as I can. But you have to remember, I'm also trying to watch football here. And now all the super chats, yes, I will read, but I don't want anybody to think they have to super chat or there's no way, like I'm just purposely not going to read their comment. I've read a bunch of regular comments, and I do read as many as I can, while also trying to halfway pay attention to what's going on with these games. Miami's got the ball 1st and 10 on the Alabama 35, 12 seconds to go till halftime. They've got one timeout left. Shotgun, 5 wide receivers. De'Aaron King gets the snap back. Good protection. Goes deep. Wobbly ball. That should be pass interference. That should be pass interference. He had his man beat. Who is that number 3? That right? The Miami receiver had him beat. He had a step on him. This should be pass interference here. Well, I don't know. But that's a bad call. They just tripped over each other's feet. They were both hand fighting, and then the guy just tripped over the feet. That shouldn't have been pass. It did look like pass interference in real time to me, to the DB, but when they played it back, that did not look like pass interference. So I don't want to hear anything about the referees being bought and paid for by Alabama, because if that was the case, they wouldn't have called that, because I don't think that was pass interference on Alabama. But now Miami's going to have a 1st and 10 with 5 seconds to go. 1st and 10, 5 seconds to go. They're going to try to kick a field goal here. They're going to try to at least get some points, I guess. Uncle Lou, how do you think Emory Jones will play? I'm not a buyer of Emory Jones in the overall. Now, I think Florida's going to look good today because they're playing a terrible team. I think Florida's favored by 23.5. I wouldn't be surprised if Florida won by 40, and I wouldn't be surprised if Emory Jones puts up good numbers today. But it's against a terrible team. I don't think Emory Jones will do well against the LSUs, the Georgias. They got to play Alabama. I don't think Florida's offense is going to be anywhere near what we saw last year with Kyle Trask and all those receivers and Kyle Pitts. Carolina Jeff Bradshaw, good morning. He says, huge UGA fan and alumni here. Love your channel. Well, thank you, Caroline and or Jeff. I appreciate the kind words. I'm not an alumni, not of UGA, but I'm a lifelong Georgia football fan, and I've put a lot of work, time, effort, and energy into this YouTube channel, so I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm not sure if you're new or been around a long time, but you're not going to like every video I make, I'm sure, but I'm not an analyst. I'm not a media guy. I'm just a fan like everybody else who... I've been yelling at my TV watching football games for 30 years, and I just decided to turn the camera on one day. But I'm just a college football lunatic. Georgia's my favorite team, but I'm a college football fan. I'll watch any college football game anytime. I appreciate the kind words. At least the Canes scored. That's true. That's true. It will not be a shutout. Will not be a shutout. 27-3. Well, that's halftime. Let's watch the end of it. I'm going to keep the Fresno State Oregon score up. We'll watch watch the score at least. The end of this Fresno State Oregon game. It's halftime now of the Alabama game. So. I guess I should make a halftime video? Hit the thumbs up if you're in here and you hadn't already. There's 468 in here, 350 thumbs up. If you hadn't hit the thumbs up yet, hit the thumbs up. The thumbs up really helps a lot during a live stream. It helps get this stream pushed out to more people. So if you're enjoying the live stream, please hit the thumbs up. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything, and it doesn't take any time or effort, and it really helps me out. So I would appreciate it. If you want to hit the super chat or the PayPal, there are those options too. Texas still up 7-3 over Louisiana. Texas has the ball, 3rd and 7. Throws, big play over the middle. Picks up about 40 yards down to the Louisiana 25-yard line. Still 13 minutes to go in the second quarter of that one. Iowa's up 28-3 over Indiana. 3 seconds to go until halftime. I'm gonna make a halftime video, I guess. I'll leave the stream up while I do it. Let's see. Oregon struggling. Miami never showed up. Cincinnati 35-0 at halftime. If Cincinnati goes 12-0, they're getting in the playoffs. Write that down. Iowa 28-3. Texas struggling. A lot of people struggling. Oklahoma's a joke again. That's nothing new. All right. Yeah, good morning and that, but it's Uncle Lou here, though. Yeah, that's right, it's me, Uncle Lou! Live for you on LouTube today with your afternoon game halftime report. And we've got a couple of good games on. Texas and Louisiana, 7-3. 12 minutes to go in the second quarter of that one. Texas on top, 7-3. Threatening to score again. Iowa all over Indiana. That one's not even close. Oregon, I don't know what the hell Oregon's doing. I stayed pissed off at Oregon all last season because they've got so much talent compared to anybody else in the Pac-12 other than maybe Southern Cal. But they just come out and look so mediocre every single week. And here they are doing it again against something called Fresno State. Now, they're winning 31-24. 2:05 to go in the game. So maybe they hang on and win this thing, but not an impressive win, especially when you look at the schedule and see you got to travel to Columbus, Ohio next week to take on Ohio State. And listen, I was hard on Ohio State too, especially in the first half of that game. But the reality is they were a 13.5-point favorite on the road at a pretty good Minnesota team, and a Minnesota team that is coached excellently. And they won by 14. So they in the end, Ohio State outperformed expectations. Right now, if you had to pick the Ohio State-Oregon game, who are you picking? Ohio State. I mean, Ohio State's liable to skull drag them up and down the field. Now compare that to somebody like Oklahoma. Now these deadbeats here come out today and get Tulane. They were supposed to play in Tulane. A hurricane came through. So you got a Tulane football team who's homeless. They don't know where their pets or their relatives are. There's no power in the state of Louisiana. So they changed the game to Norman. All Tulane does is travel up to Norman and almost beat the damn Sooners. You know, the Sooners with that damn little house on the prairie covered wagon wheel thing they have, I don't know if it tipped over in this game like it does in most games, but Oklahoma's program is about to tip over. 40-35, Oklahoma comes away with a miracle upset of something called Tulane. And could have lost that game. They got outplayed in the first quarter. Oklahoma played great in the second quarter and then completely disappeared in the second half and let Tulane come all the way back. Oklahoma was up, I think, 40-14 at one point. And the final score was 40-35. It's just an absolute disaster in Oklahoma. Spencer Rattler looked below average. The defense played pretty good in the second quarter. Other than that, they couldn't stop a nosebleed. It's just embarrassing. Texas is struggling with Louisiana, Lafayette. Let me ask you this. Are Texas and Oklahoma the two worst teams in the SEC? It's possible. I'd like to see Vandy take on Texas, and let's have Oklahoma take on either Tennessee or South Carolina and figure out who really are the two worst teams in the SEC. That's what I would like to see. Alabama, that's probably why you clicked on this video, all over the Hurricanes. 27-0 until the very end of the second quarter. And Miami kicks a field goal to make themselves feel better. You're down 27-0. You've got the ball on the 20-yard line with 5 seconds to go. and your quarterback runs to the middle of the field, falls down, and calls timeout so that you can basically kicking a field goal in that spot is the football equivalent of a security blanket. It's just to make you feel good. It doesn't mean anything. Alabama is doing whatever they want, whenever they want. Miami's defense can't stop Bama. Miami's offense can't get a first down. De'Aaron King is running around like a chicken with his head cut off. The U is back. Back to being just like they were last year, and the year before that, 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 all the way back till 2001. Miami's just been absolutely terrible since joining the ACC. I mean, there's just no sugarcoating it. There's no sugarcoating it. And it's like I was saying a little while ago. Yeah, Miami could still win 10 games this year. Doesn't mean they're a great team. Look at their schedule. They don't play anybody. They're in the ACC, for Christ's sake. Their toughest game, let this sink in. Miami's toughest game after today is North Carolina. God dang. I mean, the ACC is, they're not even treading water. Clemson is so far ahead of everyone else in that conference, it's just ridiculous. You know, every conference has, you know, its dominant team. The SEC has Bama. But there's teams every year that are pretty close to Bama. The Big Ten has Ohio State, but Ohio State gets tested from time to time. Well, not in the ACC. Not in the ACC. The ACC is Clemson and then a whole bunch of 7-win teams. So yeah, Miami can win 10 games, but and again, I guess you'll pat yourself on the back for that too, just like you're doing with this field goal here. That field goal was the football equivalent of an emotional support dog. That's what that was. And you should reach down there and you're petting him on his ass and shit to make yourself feel better. Y'all are sick. All right, let me get this uploaded during halftime here of the Alabama game, and I'll be back in just a second, okay? Let's see. The Oregon game ended. The Alabama game's at halftime. The Indiana-Iowa game's at halftime. Northern Iowa. How about this? Iowa State is losing to Northern Iowa. I might as well just take every team off my top 10 shelf. Every team on my top 10 shelf right now, except for Alabama and Cincinnati, are complete doo-doo. What is going on here? What is happening here? Here, I'll put the Texas score up on the screen. You guys can follow along with that. Where is it? I'm going to take a few minutes and get this video uploaded, and I will be back before Alabama and Miami kick off for the second half. And here's what I'll do. Most of you probably saw this already, but in case you didn't, I'm gonna play the audio of the hype and hate video, Georgia Clemson video.
North Carolina
yesterday.
or Miami.
Looking for something different? We've got that. Book a vacation rental now and get up to 20% back in travel credits by using promo code RENTAL20.
Louisiana.
Welcome back to travel. Booking.com. Looking for something different?
Are you dumbass taters really wearing all purple? Well, I can't wait to see that. Remember the show Barney? It's going to look like a bunch of Barneys running down that stupid ass hill. Well, why? What's with running down the hill? I know teams like to warm up and into jumping jacks and stretching, but running down the hill? Come on, really? Right after you rub that damn rock. Why? Who has? I don't understand. Now, there's some weird mascots in college football. There are some weird, strange mascots in college football. I could make a whole series of videos on some of the pointless, useless, worthless, silly-ass mascots they have running around here in the world of college football, and maybe I will. But I can't believe there's a team in modern times that has a pet rock a pet rock for a mascot. And you nitwits go up there and rub on the damn, who you rub, what is it, is it a genie bottle? Is it one of those genie bottles? You rub on it, something comes out, please let us beat Georgia today, please, please. Are y'all bringing that stupid ass rock to Charlotte? I hope you are. Does it travel? I don't know. A rock. What's the story with the rock? A pet rock. Bunch of grown men hovered around a pet rock, rubbing on. Hey, if you rub on that rock long enough, will it spit on you? Most taters spend half their day rubbing their own rock. Yeah, and when they're not busy rubbing their own rock, they're rubbing Howard's rock. I don't know if Howard's rock will spit at you like your own rock will. You might be disappointed you get up there and rub on that thing. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything about that stupid-ass rock other than that it's silly as fuck, because it is. Grown fucking men rubbing a goddamn pebble, a stone. Jesus Christ. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself for that. Rub a friggin' rock, dressed up in all purple, run down a hill. I hope y'all bring that. I know you can't bring the hill. Don't you wish you could bring that hill with you to Charlotte? I know you wish you could bring that hill with you. You can pat the rock up. I don't know. Run down a damn hill, rub the rock. Are y'all the home team? You should be. I don't know who the home team is. It's a neutral site game, so it really doesn't matter who the home team is outside of decide, who gets to call the coin toss or whatever, I guess. But y'all should be the home team. Isn't Charlotte the Queen City? Yeah, I think it is. Y'all should move to Charlotte. Y'all should move to Charlotte. Hell, let's face it. At least if you moved to Charlotte, you'd no longer be in South Carolina. South Carolina's a third world country. I live on the border of that shithole down here in Augusta. Come see me. Yeah. He talked about Howard's Rock. I'll whoop his ass. You ain't whipping shit. But South Carolina's a third world country. Now, granted, Clemson's not as bad as Columbia. Columbia's an absolute shithole. But South Carolina in general is a third world country. I don't know what y'all do with your road and transportation money in South Carolina, but I know what you don't do with it. You don't fix roads. You're the worst road structure in all of America. Outside of Hilton Head, there ain't a single place in South Carolina that I would willingly go. Not a single damn place. Not a single damn place. Most of the state's filled with a bunch of illiterate nitwits anyway. They can't read or write. I mean, that's just a fact. Like, take Clemson, for example. The city of Clemson, the campus of Clemson. They have to paint tiger paws on the street in order for people to find their way around. Now, keep in mind, GPS has been around for 20 years. It's been on phones for 10 or 15 years. It's been in cars for just as long, if not longer. Yet they have to paint directions on the street for these taters to get to and fro. That is sad. That is sad. I mean, it makes little to no sense. Well, it makes little to no sense until you consider who's actually attending Clemson. A bunch of people that couldn't get in anywhere else. That's who. That's who. Well, a bunch of people that couldn't get anywhere else, and then a bunch of racists. Or I guess maybe, I don't know. Are the racists still there? I know they used to be. Aren't half your buildings named after Klan members? I don't understand how you ever sign a recruit, to be honest. I don't. About the only good thing Trevor Lawrence ever did up there was protest that stupid-ass building y'all have up there. Well, I don't even know the name of it. Whatever it is. You taters know what I'm talking about. All them racist ass. You got buildings named after all these racist ass people up there. But anyway, you guys don't care about that. It's a point of pride for you. Clemson students. Go to one of these Civil War reenactments. You know who's there? Clemson students. What's with this? This is huge in South Carolina. Huge. These Civil War reenactments. I don't understand. Why do you like losing over and over and over and over and over and over again? I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. You know the outcome is the same every time you reenact the Civil War, right? The outcome doesn't change. A reenactment doesn't affect the outcome. I mean, Jesus Christ, those traitors got defeated 150, 60 years ago. Y'all out there playing dress up. That's almost as bad as those people at Texas A&M that wear the cadet uniforms pretending they're in the military when they're not. It's not even a military academy. A bunch of damn Clemson fans and students running around the woods dressed up like Confederate soldiers, losing over and over and over again. No wonder y'all are Clemson fans. You're addicted to losing. And you're going to lose tomorrow, too. It's just a fact. You know, I'm not going to do the thing I do a lot of times where I talk about how terrible the football team is. The football team is pretty good. They're a legitimate top five-ish team. No doubt about it. And have been for 5 or 6 years now. No question. It's just that, in this case, it's just that Georgia is better. I mean, that's all there is to it. We're better today. We were better yesterday. We were better 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago. I mean, what's the all-time record between Clemson and Georgia? We own you. And it's not like we've only played a couple of times here and there spread out over 50 or 60 years. No. We've played 60 times. You are 18-42. You're 18-42 against Georgia. My God, we have just about as high of a winning percentage against the Tater as we do against the Shamecock. Now that's sad. That's sad. And speaking of the Shamecock, shout out to Dabo Swinney, the biggest crybaby in all of college football. This guy's sponsored by Kleenex. Dabo Swinney, permanent runny nose. An overgrown kid, that's what he is. That's why when he built that Players Lounge, have y'all seen Clemson's Players Lounge? Clemson's Players Lounge has a McDonald's Play Palace in it, complete with a ball pit and everything.
It's impossible to go down a slide and not be better than you were the previous 5 seconds. Just pop in and off you go. And let it go. No big deal. Right there. Boom.
It's freaking sad. No wonder y'all are dressed in all purple. Y'all you're dressed up like Barney. Who else is going to be there? The Hamburglar? He'll be there. What about Grimace? Will Grimace be there too? I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, Dabo Swinney. What a giant crybaby this lady is, this Dabo Swinney. What kind of a name is Dabo? I heard a story from a Tater man that said the reason they call him Dabo is because when he was a kid, his parents or his grandparents or something used to call him Dat Boy. Dat Boy. Hey, where's Dat Boy? Where's Dat Boy at? And I guess some of Dabo's relatives or something were too damn stupid to say Dat Boy, and somehow they just started calling him Dabo. Where Dabo? Where Dabo at? Dabo. Yabba dabba daboo! Yabba dabba doo! What a joke, Dabo Swinney. This guy cries for a living. This guy gets paid a coach's salary to cry. What a damn shame. He cries when they lose. He cries when they win. He cries when the polls come out. He cries when the playoff committee meets. All this guy does is cry. Giant damn crybaby, Dabo Swinney. I don't understand. What does he make? $7-8 million a year to cry on camera, on cue, constantly, nonstop, like an 11-year-old girl that just got dumped right before the school sock hop or something. I mean, this Dabo Swinney is an absolute joke. You got Brent Venables too. Brent Venables has been there forever. Brent Venables has the biggest case of codependency I think I've ever seen. Brent Venables. This guy's scared to go anywhere. How he ever left Oklahoma, I'll never know. But he did. Imagine you're in Oklahoma and then you have to go to Clemson. God, it was like bad to worse. Bad to worse. But Brent Venables. And then what does he do? He fills the team up with all his relatives. This nepotism. How many kids does Brent Venables have? Kids, nephews, whatever, nieces? I don't know how many he has, but every single one of them is on scholarship at Clemson, and none of them are any good. I don't understand. I don't get it. Had a couple injuries last year when you played Notre Dame in the regular season. Brent Venables' kid had to play. You lost. All the Tater fans running around. Well, of course we lost. Our linebackers were hurt. Yeah, and you didn't recruit any real ones as backups. Instead, you went out and signed all Brent Venables' kinfolk. Not a good idea. Not a good idea, but apparently the Tater man thought it was. Brent Venables over there has got his whole family on scholarship at Clemson for some reason. Shit makes little to no sense. It is funny that the Tater man spent 2 months last year blaming that loss to Notre Dame on injuries. That is hilarious to me. It is funny to me. Turns out you were right. Because when you played Notre Dame again in the ACC title game and you didn't have all those injuries, you beat them.
Man, that's weird. Injuries can affect the outcome of a game? Strange. Of course, Taters have changed their tune here over the last couple of weeks. But that's none of my business, though. Uncle Lou doesn't blame injuries. Georgia loses, we lose. I get on here, I yell and scream out like a maniac, and I go on to the next week. You guys running around 3 months blaming injuries for losing on the road at Notre Dame. How do you lose to Notre Dame? How do you lose to Notre Dame? My God. As a Georgia fan, I just can't relate. I have no clue, no idea, no inkling of what it's like to lose to Notre Dame. Why? Well, we never have. We're undefeated against Notre Dame. We beat them every damn time we play them. Oh, well, the ukulele was only making his second start. Fuck the ukulele. Ukulele only making his second start. Gee, who cares? Jake Fromm's first start ever, was on the road at Notre Dame, and he whooped their Irish ass. I mean, he beat Notre Dame so bad it reminded me of the potato famine from back in Ireland in the 1800s. It was horrible. It was terrible. I haven't seen that many mad Irish people since Prohibition ended. It was insane. We humiliated them in their own stadium. 80% of the fans were Georgia fans. But no, not Clemson. They'll go there, drop a giant deuce on the 50-yard line and call it a day. Giant L for the ukulele. Oh, Lou can't say ukulele's name. I can say his name. I choose to call him the ukulele. What do you want me to say? DJ? Ooey ungalele? I can say that if you want me to, but why would I? He's the ukulele. Cry about it. And lost to Notre Dame. Then you get him in a neutral site and beat him when you had all your players healthy. Whippity-doo! Georgia's beat them on a neutral site. We beat them in Athens. We beat them in South Bend. Hell, we could play Notre Dame on the top of the roof of an abandoned Walmart, and we would still beat them. But not the ukulele. Not the ukulele. But that's okay. That's okay. That wasn't ukulele's only start. He started the week before against Boston College. Yeah, the juggernaut known as Boston College. This perennial 6-win dumpster juice team. And the ukulele actually beat Boston College. That's amazing. That's amazing. A miraculous, come-from-behind, one-possession victory over an absolutely terrible Boston College team. Well, Jesus Christ, give him the Heisman and build a statue. The guy's 1-1 with a win over Boston College and a loss on the road to Notre Dame. In order to think Clemson's going to win this game, you have to think that the ukulele's career is going to take a trajectory that follows this path here. Miraculous come-from-behind win by one possession. Every time I say it, I laugh. Against Boston College. A loss on the road to Notre Dame. And then in his third ever start, he's going to get a win over a top 5 Georgia team? No! That's not going to happen. You know good and damn well that ain't going to happen. I mean, Clemson fans really are some of the dumbest group of fans. You know, I love when Georgia plays a non-con game that we don't play every year because I get to address fans that I don't get to address on a regular basis. You know what I mean? I get tired of educating South Carolina fans and Tennessee fans and Florida fans and Alabama and Auburn and all these podunk fan bases. I get tired of educating them year after year after year. I like it when somebody new comes around, you know, like Notre Dame a couple of years ago or whatever. I get to educate these Tater fans, and y'all really are some of the worst. Y'all really are some of the worst. You're ACC, so, you know, I knew that going in. You know, you just don't take football as seriously as SEC people do. It's just a hobby and something to do on 11 or 12 Saturdays a year. That's all college football is to Clemson fans, to the Tater man. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all, actually, that y'all are buying into the hype of this ukulele. It doesn't surprise me in the least. He follows in a great line of Clemson QBs too, doesn't he? Yeah, Deshaun Watson, remember him? Boy, Georgia beat the bejesus out of him. Deshaun Watson was running around like a chicken with his head cut off the last time we played Clemson. Yeah. I remember leading up to that game, too. Y'all had that quarterback, Coleslaw, or whatever his name was. What was his name? Cole Stout? Cole Doubt? Coleslaw? Whatever his name was. But no, leading up to the game, all it was Deshaun Watson this, Deshaun Watson that. Yeah, well, Deshaun Watson, I think, still has. Deshaun Watson's got PTSD from that Georgia game his freshman year. He still has it. I know he had it. I know he has it. Well, he's got severe mental problems. Severe. From that game. From that game. And it's sad. Really, I don't even want to make fun of him. I feel bad for Deshaun Watson. He had a lot of talent. And I don't know what happened to him when he was at Clemson outside of getting his doo-doo pushed in by Georgia as a freshman. But I don't know what happened to him when he was at Clemson. But something happened in his mind, in his brain. I mean, this guy's a billionaire. One of the best 5 or 10, 15th at the worst quarterbacks on planet Earth. You know, one of the top 15 quarterbacks in the NFL. Got money to burn. And what does he do? He spends a year trolling Instagram, looking for Instagram prostitutes. This is the weirdest thing. Deshaun Watson, what did y'all do to him? You know, when he left Georgia, he was an upstanding citizen. When he left Clemson, he was a degenerate womanizer. I don't understand. And the thing is, he's got all this money. Why don't you call one of these high-end escort agencies? Nitwit? No, this guy's on Instagram trolling for thoughts, the THOTS kind, not the thoughts and prayers kind that people pretend to do when something's wrong with somebody they don't know, and you see a post on Facebook asking for thoughts and prayers, and you give it a like, and then you go on about your day. Not those kind of thoughts and prayers. Them hoes over there. Them type of thoughts. THOTS. Deshaun Watson is spending all of his free time trolling Instagram, trying to pick up Instagram hoes. And he found some too. A bunch of them. Had them over to his house and everywhere else for massages. Yeah, right. Right. Prostate massage. Deshaun Watson was paying Instagram hoes thousands of dollars to stick their fist up his booty hole. I don't know what happened to Deshaun Watson at Clemson. And like I said, I'm not going to make fun of him because I truly feel bad for the guy. He left, got bring Trevor Lawrence in. Sunshine. Sunshine was ready to play in the NFL his sophomore year in high school. And all he did at Clemson was get worse every single year he was there. That's it. Undefeated national championship as a freshman, never able to duplicate or replicate that. And it was really strange from his sophomore year to his junior year because you lost nobody that year. Nobody. And all those amazing receivers, Travis Etienne announced he was... All right, sorry about that. I needed a break. What I missed on this Bama game? Anything? I know the second half already started. Let me see what I missed here. What did I miss? Nothing. It's still 27-3. Okay. Is there a different score y'all want me to put on the screen besides the Bama game? Since it's not close, is there a different game y'all want to see? I know some of y'all aren't able to watch the games for whatever reason. So is there a different score you want me to put up on the screen? Yeah, the Texas game is close, and it's 2 minutes until halftime. I'll put the Texas score on the screen, at least until halftime of that game. It's 7-3. Texas has the ball down inside the 10. 3rd and goal. 2:10 to go, and the clock is running. 3rd and goal from the 6. Shotgun, back to throw, looks into the end zone, fires right at the goal line. Was it caught? They say it was caught. It's close. It was a low throw. Receiver went down, but they ruled it a touchdown. Touchdown Shorthorn. Cade Brewer. Touchdown Shorthorn. Tight end Cade Brewer. Texas is struggling. If they were a dominant team, they would be up like Bama right now, says the dude. His dudeness. Vertebraker. Now that's a great name. That's a great name, Vertebraker. Thank you for the super chat, sir. Caleb Daniel says, prayers for Bobby Wagner after that verbal beatdown. Yeah, something tells me we won't be seeing Bobby again. I thought about coming in here and giving what's his name the same treatment. I done forgot his name already. Skip Bayless. Yeah. Hey, many adults on planet Earth, so this is anyone age 18 and up, how many adults on planet Earth, besides the actual Skip Bayless, do you think run around the internet using the name and the avatar of Skip Bayless? I'm going to say 0. None. Not a single one. You better get off your mama's phone. You better get off your mama's phone, Skip. Your mama catch you playing on the phone, she's going to take your PlayStation controllers away. Is Mizzou losing? I haven't even looked at that score. Let me see if I can find it. Mizzou. Mississippi State is losing. The SEC is terrible. Mississippi State's losing to Louisiana Tech. Now, how is that possible? Missouri's winning 17-14. But Mississippi State, what the hell happened to Bigfoot? Mike Leach. What a disaster this Mike Leach is. I think we all knew he wasn't going to pan out in the SEC, though, didn't we? Didn't we all know Bigfoot wasn't going to work in the SEC? When Ole Miss hired Lane Kiffin and Mississippi State hired Bigfoot, Mike Leach, you knew which one of those two hires was going to work out better, didn't you? I mean, everybody knew that shit right away. Bigfoot's just not SEC material. How are you losing to something called... I haven't seen Louisiana Tech beat a team I even knew the name of since the time they beat Miami in a bowl game 14-0 2 seasons ago, when Miami was the only team in America not to score a point in their bowl game. Pitt's winning 23-0. Iowa State came back and tied it up at 10. Texas just scored 14-3. Southern Cal. How is Southern Cal up 4-0? What does that even mean? Are you telling me Southern Cal has 2 safeties in this game? That has to be an error. Is anybody watching the Southern Cal game? Well, look at that bomb. Look at this. Bryce Young just threw that ball 60 yards. He threw it from his own end zone. Jesus Christ. Boy, Miami is getting absolutely roasted. And a roughing the passer penalty. Is USC really winning 4-0? Manny Diaz mad as hell. How is USC winning 4-0? Hey, y'all want to see something funny? Now that's funny. I don't care who you are. Kansas State up 24-7 over Stanford. Rutgers rolled. Michigan rolled. Boston College 51-0. Kentucky 45-10. Cincinnati up 35-0. Marshall up 28-0. This West Virginia Maryland game's a good one. Third quarter, 21-20 West Virginia. That's a close one there. Bad Dog, thank you for the super chat, sir. He said, here's $5 just because you're the man. I'll be in that stream tonight, and for you and all the dog fans in here, go Dogs. Yes, sir, Bad Dog. Go Dogs, sir. LW, thank you for the super chat. 94 yards worth of vanilla. LW's favorite flavor. Yep, I had somebody here talking about that vanilla offense Alabama was running. Vanilla offense strikes again. West Virginia and Maryland, a real barn burner here. Third quarter of that one. Iowa State. Give me 1 second. Iowa State is tied 10-10 with something called Northern Iowa, though. Hit the thumbs up if you're in here and you hadn't already. Thumbs up really help a lot on the live stream. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I post pointless, barely watchable college football videos all the time, year-round, too. So, we talk about this all the time on the Saturday morning show. Everything's on a commercial. We talk about this all the time on the Saturday morning show. But what do you guys like to eat when you're sitting around all day watching football? I have a couple of go-to favorites. Chicken wings. There's a restaurant here that sells their version of basically cheese fries that they call Tommy fries. It's potato wedges, cheese, bacon, and ranch dressing. But I didn't do either of those today. Today I had some barbecue, boiled peanuts. I got some chips and dip. Now, am I the only one? Maybe it's because I'm old. Am I the only one here that enjoys a vegetable tray? I like a vegetable tray. Celery, carrots. I even will eat the broccoli. You gotta have the ranch dressing. And then for dinner tonight, I'm having chicken nachos. There's a restaurant not far from here that sells the best nachos I've ever had. Carolina Ale House. There may be one of those where y'all live. It's a chain. They're all over the place, but their chicken nachos are unreal. So that's what I'm having for dinner tonight, sometime during the Georgia Clemson game. But what are y'all eating today for your football snacks today? Let's see. Sports expert says wings and chicken wing dip and veggie trays, raw shrimp. You know what? I went to the grocery store this morning after the morning show to get a couple of things, and I specifically wanted a thing of peel and eat shrimp, and they were sold out. They didn't have it. I like that too as a snack on game day. D4 Sports says wings. Adrian's eating burgers. Grandpa Herb's eating hummus. You know, I like hummus. Jerome Pruitt's eating pizza and wings. Nate the Great's eating pizza with cream cheese. No. You're eating chili? Where the hell are you at, Zane? Zane, where are you that you're eating chili? Now, I love chili, and I make it a lot during football season. But I'm in Augusta, Georgia. You can't make chili down here till October. It's just too damn hot. It's 95 degrees here today. I can't eat no chili when it's that damn hot, but I love a good chili. Barbecue nachos, Tyler? That sounds good. Jedi, thank you for the super chat. He says, time to fire up the grill. I got hot brats and cheddar brats. I love bratwurst. I love bratwurst. The former Mrs. Lou is German, and we would eat a lot of bratwurst. And her mother-in-law was an excellent cook, and I got to love German food, including brats. Caroline and Jeff says, T-Bone's Tommy fries are fire. Augustine right here. Hey, well, you know what I'm talking about then. Those Tommy fries. Now, here's the thing with those Tommy fries at T-Bone's, and Mr. or Mrs. Bradshaw or both, y'all know this to be true. The thing about the Tommy fries, it comes with a free prescription for Lipitor. Because that stuff, you can literally feel your cholesterol getting higher with every bite you take. But they're so good. It's so good. It's smothered in like 3 different kinds of cheeses, the bacon, the ranch dressing. I mean, my mouth is watering just thinking about it. Now I'm wishing I would have got some today, but I'm gonna. Those chicken nachos are gonna be on time too. But I think maybe next weekend I'll go with the wings and Tommy fries. That's usually when I do the Tommy fries, I do the wings and Tommy fries. Maybe I'll do that next weekend. Georgia's playing UAB next weekend, so I need something to excite me. Because there's nothing exciting. There's nothing exciting about watching Georgia beat the doo-doo out of whatever this is. You know? I mean, that's just not cool. That's just not cool. Jesus Christ, home slice. Thank you for the super chat. A lot of empty seats at the Bama-Miami game now. Yeah, all the Miami fans are headed back to Decatur. Miami fans don't even go to home games. I know they didn't go to this game. Is that going to be targeting? I don't know. I didn't get a good enough look at it. Targeting is so hard. It's hard to know what's targeting and what's not anymore. Oh, illegal blocking the back. So it is no targeting. Okay. Thoughts on that UCF game? It was a great game. Oh, that UCF game was a great game. Big comeback for Gus Malzahn in Central Florida. Ended up winning, 36-31. I was tired. I laid down. I was going to go to bed. And I knew I shouldn't have turned the TV on, but I did. And that game was on. I ended up staying up and watching the end of it. You know, that game didn't start till real late because of that long weather delay they had. Lou, you got any nerves or you got confidence? Well, I always have both. I mean, I get nervous about every Georgia game. I'll be nervous next week when we play UAB. But I feel pretty good about the game. I mean, I've gone back and forth. Most of y'all who've been around this channel for a while have figured this out by now, but the hype and hate video, I mean, Georgia could be playing the 1985 Chicago Bears tonight, and I would have made the exact same video yesterday that I made for Clemson. I mean, I don't care who we're playing. I make that video every week, but during the week, if you pay attention to what I'm saying, you can tell how I feel about a game. And I've gone back and forth really all offseason about this Georgia-Clemson game. And to anybody that thinks I pick Georgia to win every game, I don't. Now, on the Friday video, yes, that's just a trash talk video. I always pick Georgia to win on the Friday videos. But I do a Georgia prediction every year, and I've picked Georgia to lose a bunch of times. Picked them to lose last year at Alabama. I picked them to lose at LSU a few years ago. I picked them to lose at Auburn several times. I picked them to lose a bunch of games. Early in the offseason, I was leaning towards Clemson because Georgia lost all those DBs, and then we had more transfer out. And then in spring, George Pickens went down. But then we got some transfers in from, we got we got Eric Gilbert, we got Tyke Smith, we got Darion Kendrick, and I started to feel a little bit better, and I was leaning towards Georgia. And then Georgia got some more injuries. I started leaning back towards Clemson, but then the closer it got to the game, I think it's going to be a good game. The only outcome really that would surprise me in this game is if it's a blowout in either direction. I don't think either team will win this game by 21 points or something like that. I expect this to be a competitive game in the fourth quarter, and I think Georgia can pull it out. I think both of these teams are legitimately good. Whoever loses this game, I think will still have a chance to make the playoffs at the end of the year. I don't see either one of these teams losing another game the rest of the year. So if Georgia loses, I think Georgia will finish 11-1. If Clemson loses, I think Clemson will finish 11-1. I think both teams will win their division, Georgia and Clemson. Both teams will play in their conference title game. And if Georgia and or Clemson win their conference title games, I think they'll be in the playoffs regardless of what happens tonight. But I think Georgia's got a good chance to win. I'm curious to see Justin Ross. He was out for a year with that bad neck injury, so he hasn't played in a long time. And he's an amazing talent, Justin Ross. He's unbelievable. Another thing that y'all will know if you've been watching this channel for a while is that even though Georgia's my favorite team, I'm a fan of college football, and there's 4 or 5 players every single year at least that I just absolutely love watching. I remember I was in love with Jonathan Taylor at Wisconsin, Saquon Barkley at Penn State, Chase Young a couple of years ago at Ohio State. And Justin Ross is one of those types of players. He's just fun to watch. And here Alabama scores again. It's going to be 40-something to put up a 40 spot. Look at this. 20-yard touchdown. Manny Diaz is about to implode on the sideline. 40-3. Going to be 41-3 after the after the extra point. It looks like I'm going 2-0 on my picks. I had Alabama minus 19.5. I feel pretty comfortable with that. They're about to be up by 38. And I had Cincinnati minus 22.5. And last time I checked, they were up by 35. Let me check it again. Cincinnati. Where you at, Cincinnati? Where are they? Yeah, 35-0. So, let's see. What score can we put up now? Marshall winning big. Iowa's now up 31-6 over Indiana. This West Virginia-Maryland game is something serious. Let's leave that one up for a little bit. So I think it's going to be a good game tonight. I'm interested to see, is Justin Ross the same player he was 2 years ago? And that's a legitimate question to ask. I mean, you miss a year of football, that can affect you, so we'll see. I don't think Clemson will be able to run the ball all that effectively against Georgia. For one thing, I have some serious questions about Clemson's offensive line, and other than Clemson's freshman running back, none of their other running backs really concern me. I do think that freshman they signed has the potential to be really, really good. Will he be really, really good in his first game? I don't know. But Georgia, over the last 2 or 3 years, has had one of or the best run defense in all of college football, and that should be the case again this year. I think Georgia's only given up 2 rushing touchdowns total in the last 2 seasons. It just hasn't been easy to run the ball on Georgia. The games that Georgia has lost has been against teams like Florida and Alabama that can really sling the ball around, and Clemson can do that. So we'll see. Georgia's DBs are talented, but young and inexperienced outside of Darion Kendrick and Lewis Seen, the safety. Lewis Seen is amazing. Darion Kendrick was first team All-ACC last year. He was the best corner on Clemson's team last year. Now, the Clemson fans are saying he sucks and he's terrible because he transferred, but the reality is he was the best cornerback on Clemson's team. He was the only cornerback on Clemson's team to earn All-ACC, first team, and he transferred to Georgia. So I think he'll be okay. We got Keely Ringo on the other side, who was a 5-star. Everybody wanted him out of high school. He didn't play last year because of an injury, so he's never played, ever. Not one snap in college, and he's probably starting today. A tall order for a kid that's never played before to cover some of these Clemson receivers. So I think Georgia has some advantages offensively over Clemson's defense, and I think Clemson has some advantages offensively over Georgia's defense. I also think both of these defenses are really, really good. I think Clemson's front seven. Now, Clemson's got some issues in the secondary, too. Clemson's secondary is not elite either. Maybe they don't have the inexperience that Georgia has or whatever, but Clemson's secondary is not amazing. But Clemson's front seven is. Clemson will have the best front seven, I think, of any team Georgia plays this season. The opposite, I think, is also true. Georgia has the best front seven of any team that Clemson will play. So it looks like a pretty close, even matchup to me. Maybe whichever quarterback plays better, that team comes out on top, and we'll see. I know the ukulele can sling the ball around. There's no doubt about that. I mean, even the 2 games he played last year, even the one they lost at Notre Dame, I mean, he had 450 yards in that game, The reason Clemson lost it, well, I'll let Clemson tell us. Why did Clemson lose to Notre Dame? Who knows? I know. Why did Clemson lose to Notre Dame? Anybody know? Because of injuries. That's why. Clemson lost to Notre Dame because of injuries, period. That's just a fact. I know on the internet you're never supposed to blame injuries for a loss, but the reality is that's why Clemson lost that game. Clemson lost that game because they were missing too many linebackers, and instead of going out and recruiting legitimate backup linebackers, they gave all Britt Venables' kids scholarships at the linebacker position, and then they ended up having to play in the Notre Dame game, and what do you know? They weren't any good. So that's why Clemson lost, injuries. That's why Clemson lost, was injuries, because when they played again without the injuries, they absolutely blew Notre Dame out. So that's why Clemson lost, was injuries. I know you're not supposed to admit that on the internet for whatever reason, but the reality is injuries do or can affect the outcome of a game, and they did in Clemson's case last year. Georgia's got some significant injuries. Clemson's got some players out too. Clemson has some COVID issues pop up. So they got a player or two out, or maybe just one. Actually, it might just be one. Georgia's got 4 or 5 players out. So we'll see. We'll see. Will it matter? I don't know. Well, you don't know if it's going to matter until the game is played. Hugh Freeze's burner says, looks like I'm going to be $23 richer. Oh, that's right. You took Alabama too, didn't you? Yeah, I bet Alabama too. Yeah, you're in good shape right now. You're in good shape right now. First and 10 for Miami on the 35. Handoff up the middle. Going to pick up 5 or 6 yards there. Second and about 4. Try the cheese fries at Ember's Grill in Grovetown. Will do. Ember's Grill. Okay. Happy House lives in Grovetown, so I'll ask her about that. She's coming over here later, so I'll ask Happy House about Ember's Grill and see what she knows about that. I'm sure she knows where it is. A convert. Thank you for the super chat. What did you convert to? Louism? If you did, smartest decision you ever made. James Peach, thank you for the super chat. Thoughts on UCF, Cincinnati, Houston, and BYU potentially joining the Big 12? It's 8 years too late, is my thoughts on that. I don't know why the Big 12 sat on its hands the last 8. Ever since the Big 12 lost Texas A&M and Missouri, they knew they should have expanded, but they wouldn't do it. They were hard-headed. They were hard-headed. In the world of college football, big-time college football, whether you're talking about an individual team, a program, or a conference as a whole, there is no treading water. If you're not moving full steam ahead, you're moving backwards. And the whole attitude and everything that the Big 12 took where, no, we only need 10 teams. We don't need 2 divisions. We don't need a conference championship game. We're doing it right. Everyone else is doing it wrong. Well, turns out everyone else was doing it right, and the Big 12 was doing it wrong. And you sat on your hands for 8 years. You didn't add anybody to the league. And Texas and Oklahoma said, look, we've had enough. We've had enough of this complacency. We're tired of carrying this league around, and they got out. And now the Big 12 is panicking. Now, as far as these 4 teams in particular, I think it's a joke to add BYU. BYU requested membership in the Big 12 when Texas A&M and Missouri left. They requested membership to the Big 12. The Big 12 unanimously, every school in the Big 12 voted no, unanimously, to keep BYU out because of their backwards ways. Now all of a sudden they're desperate, and the Big 12 has no morality anymore. So now they're okay with it. The other 3, Houston, Cincinnati, and UCF, especially in the case of Cincinnati and Central Florida, this is 8 years too late. Why did the Big 12, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years, whatever, why did they not at that time add Memphis, Boise State, Central Florida, and Cincinnati? Why? All those teams are better than half the Big 12 teams. So it's a move of desperation. Will it work? Will it save the Big 12? I don't know. I have no clue. I ain't got no idea. Miami scored a touchdown. Wasn't that something? Look at this. Oh, Alabama player hurt too. I hope it's not something serious. It looks like a leg injury. They're helping him off the field. He doesn't look to be in too much pain. I don't know what it is. It's hard to say. An ankle or something, maybe? Is it an ankle or a knee? It's hard to tell right now. Maybe just a cramp? I don't know. Hopefully it's just a cramp or something. I don't know what that injury is, but I hope it's not anything serious. North Carolina lost in Miami, and I know Clemson and Notre Dame will lose this week. Possible. Why is this guy over here flexing? This is what I don't understand. You're getting blown out and humiliated on national television in a kickoff classic. You score a meaningless touchdown to cut the lead to 31, and you're over here flexing for the camera on the sideline. I don't understand. I don't get it. I guess add that to the long list of shit I don't understand. Like why a grown man would name himself Skip Bayless and use his avatar. Well, actually, I do know why, because it's not a grown man. It's a 9-year-old that did that. 9-year-old in here bragging about how much money he has to a bunch of internet strangers. The only people that brag about how much money they have to a bunch of strangers on the internet are people that don't have any money. That's it. And I know that there ain't that 9-year-old in here, Skip Bayless, doesn't have 2 nickels to rub together. Go make another troll account, Skip Bayless. I think that was Bobby Wagner. I think Skip Bayless is Bobby Wagner's troll account. And somebody tell him what a scoreboard is. Who? What score you want up besides this one? We took the Alabama score off because it ain't no point in watching. It's 41-10. Man, what you think's gonna happen? Which one do you want up now? Which one you want up now? I mean, it's 41-10 for Christ's sake. You want Iowa State up? There you go. Iowa State up 13-10. Oh, you know what? That guy that said that about the scoreboard might have been talking about that Miami player flexing. That's probably what it was. I thought you were asking me to put a different scoreboard up on the screen. Bobby Wagner, Lou MVP. Halftime. Let's find one. You know what? The Texas-Louisiana game, 14-6. Texas is up. That one's at halftime too. Southern Cal. Did the West Virginia-Maryland game ever end? Here, let's leave this one up. Look at this. I mean, this is a good game here. 4.5 minutes to go in the third. West Virginia's still up by 1. That's a hell of a game. What channel is that game on? Is that game on, that game's on ESPN? How in the hell? I'm going to put that game on. I'm going to, look. The Iowa's beating Indiana like they owe them money. It's 31-6. I'm gonna turn that game off and put the other what's called on. Okay, thanks. Accept me. ESPN, please. Here we go. All right, I got West Virginia, Maryland on instead of Iowa and Indiana. I like to keep an eye on this one. That's a close game there. I almost bet Maryland in that game, but I couldn't pull the trigger. Number 1 Lou fan says, Lou, what happened to your building? Nothing. It's still there. But there's running water in a toilet in here. In the kitchen. I think Maryland just got a turnover. 41-10. This is humiliating for the Miami man. Is Miami back or no? Can I get a 1? Can I get a 1 in the comment section if Miami is back? Please. Thank you. Michael Condrey, Uncle Lou, are you okay? No, sir, there's a list of things. How much time do you have, Michael Condrey? There's so much wrong with me, I wouldn't even know where to start, sir. I've got all kinds of mental issues, and I've got rage problems, and I'm a Georgia fan. I mean, there's so much wrong with me, I couldn't begin to explain it to you. Uncle Lou, remember when Bobby Wagner thought that Alabama's helmet had an A on it? Yeah, Bobby Wagner, another one of these typical Alabama fans. Been a fan since 2009. Fake ass bandwagon fairweather fan. Dude watched NASCAR from 1993 to 2008, then turned the TV on one day and seen that Alabama was winning a game in 2009, so he dug his old ass Alabama hat out of his closet, and he spent the last 11 years pretending to be an Alabama fan. Then has the nerve to show up here and asked to see the greatest helmet ever, the one with the script A on it. Fucking knucklehead. And the thing that makes that so bad, a lot of these teams now are changing helmets like we change underwear, you know, and they got 9 and 10 different helmets that they wear, but not Alabama. Whether you love or hate Alabama, this is one of the most iconic and traditional helmets in all of college football, period, bar none. How anybody could pretend to be an Alabama fan and think that the Alabama helmet had an A on it is beyond me. And that's how we knew right away Bobby Wagner was one of these fake Gumps. This guy didn't even know what year Forrest Gump graduated. Over here pretending to be an Alabama fan. He didn't even know what year Forrest Gump graduated. I mean, how is that possible? How is that? I have a video of Bobby Wagner. Y'all want to see it? Hold on, where is it? Here you go. Here's a video of Bobby Wagner.
Whoa, tired, woo!
Second and 3 for Miami. Inside the 20. They're in the red zone again. Run up the middle, close to a first down. Going to be a little bit short. It's going to be third and about half a yard for the Hurricanes. Up around the 15-yard line. They hurry back to the line here. They're going hurry up now. Same play. Close. He might have got that. Yeah, they're going to give it to him. Yeah, I was going to say, that looked real close. They went ahead and gave it to him. First and 10, Miami on the Alabama 15. Miami threatening once again here. James Pete says, it looks like Saban aged 5 years this offseason. Does it? I haven't really noticed. Let me look. I'll have to try to look next time they show him. Hugh Powell says, Lou, can you create a Miami superfan character? I laugh at your superfan characters. I had a Miami superfan character. The problem is, and I learned a valuable lesson here, I modeled my superfan character in terms of like his personality and just everything about him. I modeled it after Mark Richt. And then 6 months later, Mark Richt was fired. So I put all that effort and everything into creating that Miami superfan, and when they fired Rick, there was no point in you. The Miami superfan, his name was Uncle U. Instead of Uncle Lou, it was Uncle U. And he wore like a sports coat and a top hat, and he smoked a cigar, and he had a cross around his neck, you know, because Mark Richt is the football Jesus. I mean, we all know that. And really, before I could even get the character going, Mark Richt got fired, and so I had to do away with the character because it was based around Mark Richt, and I never made another one. Groon says, just like Uncle Loser, Nick Saban looks 10 years older than last summer. Thank you, Groon. I appreciate that. Can always count on you to make me feel good. Henry Toto. Boy, ain't he glad he got the hell out of Rocky Flop. Well, you know, that's the smartest decision he ever made, getting the hell out of away from Tennessee. What a disaster that program has become. I just joined back in. Has Bobby Wagner said anything dumb? I haven't seen Bobby in. We might not see Bobby again. I went in pretty hard on him the other day. We might not see old Bobby around here again. Intercepted by the Gumps. I think I saw a flag, though. I did see a flag. I think it's going to be holding on Alabama, actually. Yeah. So, Alabama gets an interception, but it's going to be negated by a penalty. Texas and Louisiana just kicking off here to start the second half. Texas gets the ball first and 10. Breaks a bunch of tackles up past the 40. First down. Texas looking to add to their lead here early in the third quarter. West Virginia and Maryland got a good one here. West Virginia 21, Maryland 20, 14:35 to go in the fourth. San Jose State hanging tough with USC. Let's check on that one. Iowa State up 13-10. USC up 10-0 in the second quarter. Cincinnati now up 42-0. I'm definitely going to win that bet. I bet 2 games. I bet the Alabama game minus 19.5. I feel pretty good about that one. They're up by 31. And I bet Cincinnati and a half minus 20, or Cincinnati minus 22.5, and they're up 42. So it looks like I'm going 2-0 on my afternoon bets today, which is good. I'll take it. Miami stuffed at the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal from just outside the 5-yard line for the Hurricanes. Third and goal now for Miami. Shotgun. Rolls out. Looks. Escapes the first sack, but then 11 more Alabama players wrestle him to the ground. Big sack there on 3rd down. Backs him up. Not even going to be able to go for it here. Going to have to kick another security blanket field goal here. Another emotional support dog field goal to make themselves feel better for at least getting some points. Enrique Robles says, in the 305. Oh, yeah. Do I have that? Yeah. Hugh Pauls, if you're still in here, here's a brief glimpse of Uncle U, the Miami Superfan character from several years ago.
In the 305, bitches treat me like I'm Uncle Lou.
There you go. 2nd and 14 for Texas. Going to pick up 6 or 7 yards there up near the 45, their own 45. Uncle Lou will be on Patreon during the UGA game. Yeah, that's right. I'm streaming all the primetime games, which, of course, UGA, Clemson, UCLA, and I think the UCLA LSU game is going to be a good one too, I think. But, yeah, I'm streaming on Patreon tonight at 7:30. So for those of you who are members over on the Patreon page, you know the deal. Probably around 7:15, I will post a link on the Patreon page. You just click the link, and it will take you to the primetime live stream tonight for the Georgia-Clemson game. If you want to hang out with us tonight and watch the primetime games, you can click the Patreon link in the description of this video. It'll take you to the Patreon page. Get yourself signed up. And anybody, I'm sure there's a bunch of you in here, but if you've never seen me watch a Georgia game, it's interesting to say the least. It's something to behold. I can tell you that. It's extremely entertaining. I am not a calm or rational individual at all. Well, Miranda, I've never cried after a loss, but I have gotten extremely angry on multiple occasions. I've gotten extremely angry on multiple occasions in games Georgia has won. And win or lose, I can guarantee you there will be lots of times during the Georgia-Clemson game tonight where Uncle Lou gets extremely angry and irritated. It happens every single time. I overreact to every little thing. I seriously have a mental issue when it comes to college football and watching Georgia play. I can't sit still. I can't be still. I can't think clearly. I can't be calm, rational, or reasonable. I overreact. I break a lot of things. Miranda says, I saw you talking mad smack on the hate video. Well, Miranda, that is the point of a trash talk video. The point is to talk trash. Trash talk is just a part of college football, Miranda. I've been doing this a long time, and there's one thing I can promise you. Win or lose, Uncle Lou will make a video as soon as the game is over. I don't run or hide. That's what typers do. That's not what I do. Win or lose, Uncle Lou will make a video right after the game. If anybody wants to troll me live, here's your opportunity. If Georgia loses and you want to troll me live, here's your best chances to do that. I have a morning show Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 8 a.m. live. You can troll me there. Will one of the moderators post the link to my second channel? I do the morning show on my second channel. So the morning show is at 8 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. If Georgia loses and you want to troll me live, you can do it there. I have a college football call-in show on this channel every Tuesday and Thursday night at 10 p.m. If Georgia loses and you want to troll me live, you can show up and do it there. Now, right here where it says Lunch Money with Pigskin Pete, he's a Clemson fan. We still do this show, but we don't do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon. We do it on Monday nights at 10 p.m. on this channel. So there you go. If you want to troll me live if Georgia loses, those are your chances to do it. But I don't wait till Monday to get back on YouTube. I make a video at halftime of every Georgia game, and immediately after every Georgia game, I post a video. So you're welcome to go to the comments in the halftime video tonight, or the post-game video today or tonight, and if Georgia loses, and laugh at me or call me names or whatever it is you're looking forward to doing. Thank you, Bad Dog and Wilkie. The Bad Dog Sports and Wilkie just posted the link to my second channel, and I think Adam did too. So if you want to come to this morning show, we have a good time on that morning show. It's not a football show. We talk some football on there, but it's not really a football show. So that's why I have it on a second channel, because not everybody is interested in that. But we do have a good time on there. Texas scored to take a 21-6 lead. They're now kicking off to Louisiana. And Maryland is down by the goal line, too. Look at this now. Maryland down by the goal line. It's going to be, or did he step out of bounds? In any case, they're in the red zone, 1st and 10. Let's see, did he step out? Yeah. He stepped out around the 10-yard line. But Maryland threatening to score to take the lead here. They're down 21-20. Maryland is, with 10:52 to go in the fourth. 1st and 10 on the 11-yard line. Joe Martin says, I'm not a big fan of Milton as a Vols fan. I'm not a big fan of Milton as a college football fan. He had one good game at Michigan last year. That was the first game of the year. Then he played 2 or 3 really, really bad games, and they benched him. That's why he transferred out. He got benched halfway through the year last year because he didn't look too good. And honestly, I didn't think he looked great against Bowling Green either. James Peach, thank you for the super chat. This season has given me a 2007 chaos vibe so far. I hope that's not true, because Georgia in 2007 was a lot like Oklahoma last year. Georgia lost a couple of games early in the season that they had no business losing, and then they went on an absolute tear and beat everybody they played the rest of the year by 40 points. It wasn't even close. Georgia was one of the best teams in America at the end of the year in 2007, but because they lost 2 games early in the year, they were left out of the national title game. And the same thing basically happened to Oklahoma last year. They lost a couple of games early in the season, and in my opinion, Oklahoma was one of the best 4 teams in America at the end of the year last year. But because they lost those 2 games early, they didn't get in. So I hope that's not what happens, because I want Georgia to get in. Well, hell, I want Georgia to get in every year. Patrick Newberry says, almost an hour ready to see your inner Georgia fan. Well, you're going to see it, because I can't help it. Look, when it comes to Georgia football and the way I act when I watch Georgia games, it's a sickness and a disease. And as far as I know, there's no known cure. So that's just what it is. Third and 5 for Bama. They're up 41-13. Just across their own 30-yard line. Toss sweep, trying to get to the corner. Gets there, gets close to the first down marker. Might have got it with forward progress. It's going to be close. It's going to be real close. Who the hell is Pinecone? That's a good question. Unfortunately, I don't have that on here. Damn, I don't have that on here. Oh well, guess we'll have to play Tater Man again. This is my new hit single.
Tater Man, does whatever the tater can. Runs down the hill, rubs his rock. The ukulele can suck my. Watch out, here comes the Tater Man.
Alabama approaching midfield now. 21-6, Texas still on top of Louisiana. Maryland kicks a field goal to take a 23-21 lead over West Virginia. About 14 minutes to go in that one. Best game of the day was Wisconsin-Penn State. Yeah, it was a good one. Wisconsin blew that game in the first quarter. They got down inside the 10-yard line of Penn State twice and came away with 0 points. You can't win a big game against a good team doing that. You get down inside the 10-yard line, you got to get points every single time. You especially can't go down there twice and come away with no points. That, to me, that's where they lost that game right there. 2nd and 5 now for Alabama just across midfield. Bryce Young in a shotgun. Back to throw. Short little hitch pass. Caught. Got some room up to the 40. Stiff arms a man. Finally dragged out of bounds. Picks up the first down, though. Wisconsin cost me $100. Thanks for nothing. What'd you say the over/under was on this Bama game, Bad Dog? And you say you bet the over, was it 60? I don't know if we're gonna get to 60. Well, we might. We're already at 54. You need one more touchdown, don't you? 41-51. 41-51, 54. Yeah, another touchdown would get you there. It's probably gonna go over 60. 61? Oh. Well, you're most likely looking at a push. If Alabama scores a touchdown, that's going to be 61 points total. I don't know if we'll see another point scored. Conscious Mind says 2-0 on my bets so far. I was 2-0 last Saturday, and then I was 3-2 between Thursday and Friday. So that put me at 5-2. But I was 0-2 on the noon games. So I'm currently 5-4, but I'm going to be 2-0 on the afternoon games, which will put me at I'll be 7-4 after these afternoon games in, because I have Alabama minus 19.5, and I have Cincinnati minus 22.5. Cincinnati currently up 42-0 in the fourth quarter. Cincinnati's no joke. You know, Cincinnati plays Indiana and Notre Dame. If they beat Indiana and Notre Dame and go 12-0. They're getting into playoffs. And I'll have to admit I was wrong about a group of 5 team never getting into playoffs. I think West Virginia, he stepped out of bounds. Big play by West Virginia here. He got to the sideline, but he stepped out of bounds. Could have been a touchdown. He almost took that to the house. He was tiptoeing the sideline and it looked like he stepped out. Missouri pulls out to a commanding 24-14 lead over Central Michigan. Mississippi State trying to come back against La Tech. They currently trail 21-14. Marshall up 42-7 over Navy. Iowa 34-6 over Indiana. Where's all the Indiana people at that yelled at me all off season about how good Indiana was going to be? That didn't pan out. That didn't pan out at all. That did not pan out at all. Third and 5 for Bama. Back to throw. Looking, fires. Caught. First down. Not by much, but he got what he needed. There's a big play by West Virginia. Nice catch, too. Throw down the sideline. Receiver went up and got it. Big play by West Virginia there. They're down in the red zone now. Going to be on about the 13-yard line of Maryland. 1st and 10 for West Virginia on the Maryland 13 or 14. 1st and 10 for the Gumps. Handoff up the middle. Not much room. Slips through for a couple of yards. Texas still up 21-6 over Louisiana. Bryce Young may be the best Alabama quarterback since Steve Sloan. Alabama picks up about 5 yards on 2nd and 7, so it's going to be another 3rd and short here. 2nd and 10, let's see what West Virginia can do. 2nd and 10 for West Virginia. They're on the Maryland 13. They trail by 2 with 8:21 to go. What's West Virginia going to do? Can they pull it off? Back to throw. Fires into the end zone. Intercepted. Intercepted in the end zone by Maryland. Not a good decision to make that throw. Lobbed it up in the air, put way too much air under it. It hovered up in the air for way too long. And there was 2 Maryland defenders there, and one of them came down with it. A turnover in the red zone for West Virginia, and that could be costly. They currently trail 23-21 to Maryland. Maryland's going to take over on the 20-yard line with 8:16 to go in the 4th quarter and a 2-point lead. Taiwa 14 says, I am now a Patreon member. Thank you, Taiwa 14. I appreciate that, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with you tonight at 7:30. My dog's getting ready to whip them taters. I'm starting to get I'm starting to get a little excited now. We're getting close to kickoff now here. I mean, look, the Alabama-Miami game. Okay, yeah, it's somewhat interesting, but let's be real. Everyone has been sitting around since January 15th waiting on Georgia to play tonight. That's just the reality. I don't care what team you're a fan of. As soon as you look at the college football schedule for this year, back in January, you have been twiddling your thumbs like this here, waiting on Georgia to kick off tonight at 7:30, and your wait is almost over. You got about 45 minutes to go. Big play by Louisiana, 10-5. Touchdown. Louisiana scores on Texas. They're going to cut the lead now. Now, this is interesting here to see what they're going to do. It's 21-6. This touchdown makes it 21-12. A 2-point conversion would make it 21-14. Or do they just kick the extra point and hope to try for a 2-point conversion later? Let's see what they decide to do. Do they want to cut it to 7 now if they can? Or are they going to kick the extra point to keep it a one-possession game? Let's see. Boomer T says, Uncle Lou, why did my Sooners play like such doo-doo? Hurricane sympathy? I don't think it was sympathy. This is starting to be a pattern for Oklahoma. The same thing happened last year to Oklahoma. Now, let's be honest. Oklahoma was lucky to come away with a win in that game today. At the end, if this was just some kind of weird anomaly, right? And Oklahoma runs the table, and they're Big 12 champs at 13-0. They're getting in the playoff, and nobody will remember this game against Tulane. But last year, if you remember, Oklahoma looked bad the first 3 weeks of the season, and it cost them 2 losses. You can't have that. You can't have that. The good news is you play Nebraska soon. And playing Nebraska is the cure for whatever ails you. Whatever's wrong with you, whatever you need to work on, whatever side of the ball you're struggling on, whether it be offense or defense, special teams, maybe you have a headache, an ingrown toenail, whatever it is. Playing Nebraska will fix you up. So that's the good news for Oklahoma. Kentucky fan says, can you show me a room tour? Watch yesterday's hype and hate video. Watch the first 3 minutes. Watch the first 3 minutes of yesterday's hype and hate video. I don't have a way of giving you a tour now. I can't move this camera. All the wires are tucked back and hidden and zipped up in these sleeves. I can't move the camera around right now. Alabama's going to try another field goal here on 4th and 5. Bad Dog, what is Alabama doing to you? Bad Dog, what is Alabama doing to you? Why is Alabama kicking a... What is that? What does Nick Saban do? Does Nick Saban have something against you, Bad Dog? Boy, he barely made it again, but he did make it. Snuck it right in the left-hand side. This looks like a total of 57 right now, Bad Dog. One more field goal is really going to piss you off. That'll be 60. Lou's getting fat. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. Forever, since I've been on YouTube, I weighed between 160 and 170. And people would tell me all the time, you're skinny, you know, oh, look at this skinny nerd. Uncle Lou needs to eat. Oh my God, Uncle Lou is so skinny. And that whole time I weighed between 160 and 170. Today, I weigh about 185. So apparently, the difference between skinny and fat is 15 pounds. So yeah, I'm fat now. I'm trying to get ready for the Slob Olympics. You know, I finished we had 20 competitors at the Slob Olympics in March. And I finished 9th, I think. And I want to finish higher than 9th next year at the Slob Olympics. So I'm trying to get my weight up. I'm trying to be more of a slob. And so far, it's working. So far, it's working. Bad Dog. I feel you. You know what I'm saying, Bad Dog? I'm with you. I feel you, Bad Dog. You know what I'm talking about. That video you made. I'm with you. I'm 5'11", 180. If that's fat, then I'm fat. I mean, the good news is I don't give a shit. Whether people in the comment section think I'm skinny or fat. Doesn't matter to me. If I cared what anybody in the comment section thought, I wouldn't be on YouTube. Texas up 21-12. So they did go for 2 and they didn't get it. So now they're down 9. Now they got to score twice. Louisiana does. Louisiana Tech 31, Mississippi State 14. Yeah, not good for the Bigfoot. Here's that score right there. 31-14. Not good for Bigfoot. Maryland up 30-21 now. They did score. 2-possession game. Louisiana and Texas, a 2-possession game, 21-12, and also West Virginia, Maryland, 2-possession game, 30-21. Texas with a big run down to the 10. Fumble! I can't tell who got it. Texas had a big run down to the 10-yard line, but they fumbled. There's a scramble for the ball. I think Texas came out with it. And it looks like Bijan Robinson is hurt, and that's not good. He's Texas' best player, in my opinion. We'll see what ends up happening there. Alabama kicking off to Miami now. 7:52 left in this murder being broadcasted live on national television. 56 minutes till kickoff, ABC says. Okay. Well, I'm going to stay live here until either the Alabama game ends or the Georgia game starts. So, man, they just said Kayvon Thibodeau's in a walking boot. That's not good. That's a grown man at Kayvon Thibodeau. He could play in the NFL right now. He'll be the number 1 pick. I hope his injury's not too bad. They got to play at Ohio State next week, and well, not even that. You just hate to see anybody get injured, but he's so good, Kayvon Thibodeau. Intercepted by Alabama. Here you go, bad dog. Take it to the house. Tell them, bad dog, to the house. This one's going to come back. I mean, the interception will stand, but there was an illegal block on that, so they're going to back them up. But maybe Bama will score here for you, bad dog. Get you up over that over number. Deuterino, thank you again for the super chat. He says, Big Lou, when's someone going to bring up the fake news call for pass interference that was gifted to OU, in which gave OU the game? Fake news call for pass interference. What are you saying? There was a pass interference call that really wasn't pass interference? Or there was pass interference, but they didn't call it? I didn't see that. That is the problem. I love I can watch 5 different games at a time out here, and that's great. The downside to that is you can't see everything. And so when, if you're just watching one game, you see every single play. When you got 3, 4, 5 games on, sometimes I do miss things. And I must have missed that. I must have missed that play. Yeah, Mississippi State, hot doo-doo confirmed. JC says De'Aaron King is transferring back to Houston. Okay. All right. Man, that game's at Mississippi State, too. That is humiliating. Louisiana takes on the run from a hurricane and shows up and beats Bigfoot in his own house. You know what the problem is? You know what the problem is for Mike Leach? Y'all know what the problem is for Mike Leach in Mississippi State, don't you? Not enough cowbell. In the SEC, it just means more. That's all. He says there was a pass interference that didn't occur for OU in the 4th quarter. The announcers actually called it a phantom pass interference. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm sure I'll probably catch that on College Football Final or something tonight. Uncle Lou, take some Flintstone vitamins for Yabba Dabba Dabbo Swinny. No. Texas might beat Oklahoma this year. I'm going to say no on that. Under 6 minutes to go, West Virginia and Maryland. West Virginia has the ball. They're down 9 points. 1st and 10. Close to midfield. Back to throw. Looking, running, throwing, out of bounds. Nobody open. Nobody home, as they say. Cincinnati 49-14. All right, don't give up no more points now. Well, I'm good on my 22, but Iowa's up 34-6. Marshall 49. Navy 7. There we already did the West Virginia. Louisiana Tech dominating Bigfoot, otherwise known as Mike Leach. Missouri trying to hold on to beat the juggernaut known as Central Michigan. Pitt up big. Pitt up big on UMass, 37-7. Iowa State clinging to a lead. Iowa State clinging to a lead over Northern Iowa, 13-10. Texas now up 28-12. Scored again. Southern Cal 13-0. Look at Southern Cal playing defense. Look at Southern Cal playing some defense here. Now, is that alarming or no? Is that alarming or no? I'm not sure. I'm asking. I don't know. I don't have a way of knowing. Or caring even. I mean, I'm just being real. But who have they ate? Who have they ate, Lou? I don't know. I don't even know who have they played. Who have they played? You know they ain't played nobody. Oh, Alabama's 1-0. They beat Miami by 47 points? So now you think they're good, Lou? Well, let me ask you this about Alabama, Lou. Who have they played? Who have Georgia played, Woo? Nobody. Nobody ever plays anybody according to the comments section. Watch. If Georgia beats Clemson, now keep in mind, my comment section has been full for 8 months with people telling me that Clemson's beating us by 100 points today. If Georgia wins, go look at my comment section tomorrow. Those same people will be in there going, well, Clemson was no good. They're overrated. You still ain't played nobody. Hey, nitwit. I don't understand how you can be that basic and still breathe on your own. It's weird. Will Muschamp looks like Fred Flintstone. Is that true? West Virginia on the move, but man, they got to score twice. They're down by 9, 4.5 minutes to go. They just picked up another first down. Where are they at? On about the 20-yard line? Where are they? 30-yard line. They're on the Maryland 30. 4.5 to go. They trail by 9, though. Texas with a big sack on third down. Louisiana's going to have to punt it away. It would appear. I'm going to take a few minute break while this commercial on 2 of the 3 games. All right, don't worry. I'm back and better than ever, too. Also. Bad Dog, what's 44 plus 13? Well, I can't. You're going to get screwed out of this over, Bad Dog. Bama took their foot off the gas. Now they got the scrubs in the game. What's up, TB? You had a great time, RB. That's Bear Bryant's grandson or great-grandson. Playing quarterback now. Texas up 28-12. West Virginia kicked a field goal, so it's now a 30-24 game. They trail by 6. USC up 13-0. Let's run through these scores again. West Virginia 24, Maryland 30, Louisiana Tech 34-14. Jesus, I mean, that's just a beatdown. Missouri hanging on 30-21, Pitt 44-7. Iowa State takes the lead 13-10. Texas 28-12, Southern Cal 13-0 over San Jose State. Georgia Southern up on Gardner Webb 10-6 for all you Georgia people. Cincinnati won 49-14, so they went ahead and covered for me. That's good. Now, what primetime games is Uncle Lou going to bet on today? Let's find out right now. What primetime games is Uncle Lou going to bet on today? Ooh, the Georgia Clemson line is down to 2.5. That's the lowest it's been. It started at 3.5. It went up to 4, went back down to 3, back up to 3.5. Now it's down to 2.5. So some late money has come in on Georgia. I'm going to bet Florida minus 23.5. Yeah, I'm going to bet Florida minus 23.5. There we go. All right, Georgia minus 23.5. Florida minus 23.5. I got it locked in. I think Florida might win by 40, honestly. Uh-oh, Maryland gone. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10. Tackled it to 5. Huge play by Maryland with 1 minute to go in the game, and that's just about going to wrap it up there. West Virginia's only got one timeout left. This is over. Maryland can take a couple of knees, and it's game over. keep Golden Blue Man in your thoughts. Golden Blue Man's going to be having a rough time. His Mountaineers have somehow found a way to lose. How do you lose? This is what I want to know. How do you lose to Pineapple Jr.? How do you lose to Tua's brother? I don't know.
Oh, I don't speak pineapple, woo!
I have no idea, but West Virginia does. Last play of the Alabama game right here. Miami's going to have to come out and run one play. There's 15 seconds left. So Miami's going to have to come out and run a play. But it's game over for all intents and purposes. Texas just scored again. They're now up 35-12 over Louisiana. The Maryland game is basically over. There ain't really anything else worth keeping an eye on that's close. Let's see. No. I mean, Iowa State's up by 3 over Northern Iowa, but nobody cares. Yeah, there's just nothing else. Missouri's up 31-21 over Central Michigan. Mississippi State still losing 34-21. Jesus, they're down 13. That's just sad. Down 13 now. That's it. Game over. Alabama wins 44-13. Congratulations to all the Alabama fans. Big win. You won and covered. So you outperformed expectations. Bryce Young looked good. Alabama's defense for sure looked good. But I think we all pretty much knew that was going to be the case. I don't know how much you can take away from Miami from this game. I mean, Alabama's going to beat a lot of people by 30 points. That's just the reality. Like I said, look at Miami's schedule. They could still win 9, 10, 11 games. I mean, there's just nothing really left on Miami's schedule. North Carolina, Virginia Tech, but I mean, come on. The Dogs are taking the field in Charlotte. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me on this afternoon stream. I really had a great time. If for some reason you're watching and you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I do college football on this channel year-round. I really had a good time hanging out with y'all for these afternoon games. I'm going to be on Patreon in about 15 or 20 minutes for the Georgia-Clemson game. Everybody that's a Patreon member, just check the Patreon page here in about 20 minutes. I'll post a link. You just click the link. It'll take you to the primetime stream. Georgia-Clemson, of course, the big one, but we got LSU, UCLA playing too. If you want to join up on the Patreon page, there's a link in the description of the video that'll take you there. You can look around. If you want to get signed up, go ahead and get signed up. I love all you guys. We'll do this again next Saturday and every Saturday during the college football season, and I look forward to it. All right, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you again real soon. Have a good day.